hello, hello, hello. It is Father's Day. Father's Day. I got to see Barack Obama today leave his home in Chicago. I was so excited. Anyway, I
Where was he going?
don't know. Him and Michelle were going out. I don't know, but damn, damn,
Hmm.
damn, damn. Ooh, hi, So Done. Hi, Wisco. Hi, Tracy. I see the count, but I don't see the names in the chat yet. So, anyway, girl, I be stalking TikTok, and this lady was camped
Hmm.
outside of his house with all the Secret Service black van, the cops at the street blocks off. They got barricades, which meant they were getting ready to come out. And here comes
Hmm.
Barack with his sexy ass. Well, Michelle went first, and of course, he's the gentleman that he is, and he let her come down the steps. And then he got to the door, and the Secret Service guy got to the door. Barack made sure to make sure Michelle got in the truck. Then he walked around, and then the Secret Service let him in, and then off they went with four goddamn Secret Service SUVs, and the only and cop cars all behind them. Yes, woo! It was a good day. It was a
Mm.
good day. And then Debbie,
Mm.
they ranked the No King protest
Uh-huh.
of the top 5 cities with the most attendees. Sorry, Trump, they didn't come to your parade.
Oh dear. Don't let him know that.
I
Or
think
the
he,
bald headed dude that was sitting behind him. Oh.
Debbie, I think he knows. I mean, he was there.
No, shh, don't tell him nothing.
Look, he was there, but I was rolling. He was there. So the top 5 cities, we're starting with San Diego, was number 5.
Mm.
Seattle, number 4. New York was number 3. Los Angeles was number 2. And Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, was number 1.
Aw, that's nice.
Number 1.
They need to look at that Liberty Bell again. Just
Woo!
reminders.
And I have never seen so many white people on TikTok. And I'm saying white people because we're talking about white people that you may think might be rednecks or just from the look. And I always tell you never judge a book by its cover. They were on TikTok lighting that sucker up yesterday and today, girl, protesting, telling everybody to stand up. I was like, Jesus, okay.
Well, that's
Okay.
nice.
It was. Who else we have come in? Hi, my Drea. How are you, my baby? Hi, Marcia E. Hi, Bambi. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. I love to watch Obama strut, girl. And Denzel Washington. I'm telling y'all, they packing. I'm just telling y'all, just the walk. They walk all to the front. That tells you what they're packing. Okay.
Wait, what? They walk all to the front?
Yep.
Explain.
So I know my baby walks to the front, okay? And that strut of his is just on fire. So when a man walks like that, he's got a package. I'm just saying.
Oh, so he's accommodating to the
Mm-hmm.
package.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he's accommodating.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, Michelle wasn't going to have no Monica Lewinsky shit going on, all right? Because, and just look at Michelle. Let's be honest. That's a big woman. Barack's he's lean and tall. He got to be coming with something. You know what I mean?
She's
Mm.
statuesque. She ain't big. She's
Yeah, she's
statuesque.
statuesque. But
Mm.
Barack got to be coming with something. Oh, my God, you're sick of still being sick. Oh, I know how you feel, Drea.
Feel better,
Oh,
Drea.
oh. I know how it feels to be sick of being sick. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and yeah, but I had to keep I had to keep in touch with my girl. And then when she sent me some funny shit off of TikTok, I was like, okay, she's getting back to her old self. Well, not, completely, but she had me going, I want some chocolate. And, I'm lactose intolerant, but damn, I needed that chocolate.
Wait, you serious, So Done? Hello. Did you see what So Done said? The
I'm,
small hill
I'm
countries.
outside
Um,
of Southern Texas, like Carville, Bender, New Braunfels, they were
mm,
all. Yep, New Braunfels is another one. San Antonio, I'm not surprised about, but Carville, New Braunfels, yes, all that stuff up along I-10 heading to San Antonio they were all out there, girl. Yep.
oh, bow-legged men too. Ain't Barack a little bow-legged?
Yes, he a little bow-legged. That little
Mm,
nasty walk of his.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. But I'm telling you, I was surprised at some of these men on TikTok who, and then the girl, the one guy that served 20 years, 22 years and 18 days. Baby, he was talking about he was telling you where he fought, what, and he was like, for you to go out there and take arms, bear arms against the citizens of the United States, you are not what what do you say? You guys are not the men that I respect. I serve my country. So then Governor Newsom with his fine ass some, okay, Gavin, I'm just telling you, Gavin, if I have to move to California to vote to make sure you still be governor, I will. Okay, I'm just telling you, because you a thug. Gavin is a thug. Okay, Gavin done told you where to come get him at and canceled his meetings and said he was going to. Gavin said, "Come get me. You know where I'm at. I'll be outside sipping on a beer in my lawn chair." I'm telling y'all, if I gotta move to Cali to make sure Gavin gets, here we go. We'll make sure Gavin stays in office because he pulled Trump's punk card. Okay, so I'm
Mm-mm-mm.
just I'm just like done. But the Supreme Court said that military should never have been deployed. But as you told me, Debbie, he never signed the order.
No, he didn't sign for them to go into combat, which did not trigger any combat wages, insurance, death benefits, VA benefits, nothing. So he sent them illegally. Well, he shouldn't have sent them against the American people,
He shouldn't
period.
have.
But you cannot deploy troops into active duty without paying them.
Mm.
It's
I
a
know when
whole
my sons go.
rigmarole.
Yep. So when my sons went overseas in combat, okay, there were
Mhm.
combat zones. They get their pay gets upped. Okay, they have then you got to sign. They got to sign death benefits. They have to do all this stuff, and then they have to name executors and everything else. So you know I know this. I know this. I know this. My
Mhm.
cousin, who retired as a Marine, and they were just going off about what they were seeing. You deployed the Marines, not the
Mhm.
Army. It doesn't matter. Not the yeah. You deployed the
The
Marines.
army, he couldn't do the army because they were
Because they
busy
were,
in
oh yeah, they
DC.
were at the parade. Yeah, they were at the parade.
Yeah, yeah. It was their anniversary.
250 years and you out there. And most of those people out there marching has real goddamn jobs. They don't march. Me and Debbie were talking about that. They do that shit in basic training. These people sit behind a desk, or they're in air traffic control, or they're in transportation, or they're in the medical units. Those people don't march. They're not infantry. The hell? No. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Whoo.
Listen, somebody had to drive the tanks over there. Leave them alone. They'll get
Girl.
it eventually.
How
They'll
many?
practice. They'll practice for next year.
So the parade cost supposedly 40 million, allegedly. Is that the money that they were supposed to be saving us by cutting all of this government expense? Was it just to throw this bitch? I mean, the the president.
Oops. Oops.
Oops, birthday. Oops,
Rewind.
oops. Rewind. I meant. Allegedly, they spent $40 million on this by bringing in tanks and everything else, which I don't understand because they got tanks right there at Fort Myers. There's tanks at Camp what is it, Andrews Air Force Base. So you were bringing them in on the water. Norfolk Navy bases. Well, there's no tanks at the Norfolk Navy base, so no. We're Fort Myer, we're Fort Meade, um, we have Andrews Air Force Base. I'm trying to think in that vicinity. Yeah, $40 million. Because you want to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Army, which happens to coincide with your birthday. And the pictures I've seen, Debbie, you've seen them. It was damn near empty.
Oh, Drea, what dinner they had? What was in the dinner? Who had dinner?
Oh,
Uh-uh.
that's what I'm telling you because we were talking about it. Okay, you have the infantry. The infantry part of the military, of the army, they're out in the field all the time. Okay, they do drills all the time because they're going to be the first ones to hit the ground. Okay, infantry. Marines go in by the Navy. They come in on the Navy ships. They come in on the Air Force planes. The Marines have helicopters and stuff too. But the Marines come in. Army goes in and hold it. The infantry, they go in and hold it. Marines come in. Then you've got your special forces. See, that's what I'm saying. You had people that have real jobs that serve this country. Well, they all have a job. But I'm talking about people that get paid a lot of damn money to go out there and march in those hot ass
But
suits,
here's the thing though.
fatigues.
I got up early to
Uh-huh.
watch Trooping the Color over
Okay.
in the UK. And one of the like, okay, so it's in celebration of the king's official birthday, and one regiment presents their color to the king, and then they do the ceremonial thing, and then there's the air show. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is a real regimen, but they practice for months knowing that they've been selected to
Yep.
do this trooping the color. They put on their ceremonial uniforms. There's like 200 horses involved, 400 uniformed men, musicians, all of this, who do this marching, slow time, quick time routine, all for the king, right? And the
Hmm.
ceremonial colonels, right? It's a really lovely thing. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every second Saturday of June just to watch this. Now, they are real um, soldiers, but they know what they're supposed to do, so they practice. So they know the routine. It takes months to do this. And then when I saw our guys, it's not that they can't do it because they have real jobs. I feel like this was a pop-up shit, and they was like, "Okay, put on your fatigues and show up and just like walk down and he'll be happy with that." But if he saw what was done for the King of England that Saturday morning, um I don't think he would have been very happy with what he got Saturday afternoon.
Nope. So here's the 80-year-old being arrested. Okay. Um,
Parade and celebration, people were also protesting and police were making arrests. A group of veterans and their families gathered in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. They demanded the taxpayer money that is being spent on the parade and to put U.S. troops in Los Angeles be used instead for housing, health care,
Thank
and
you.
food. News 4's Jackie Benson is live on Capitol Hill tonight with the very latest. Jackie?
Well, Sean, this was an extremely passionate protest, and some of those who gathered here went across to the U.S. Capitol afterward. I think we have some video to show you.
That's the 80-year-old vet
at
right
that
there.
point. It was provided to us by the organizers, a group called About Face Veterans Against the War. Now, Capitol Police say they made 60 arrests for unlawful demonstration. One of those arrested a Vietnam vet who uses a walker. We were told.
Look at this shit. An 80-year-old vet. You took the man's walker and you put him in zip tie handcuffs. This man served our country. He's not doing anything.
Some may also face charges of assault on police officers and resisting arrest.
He didn't assault them. He just told them to get back. That's all he did.
Money for people, not parades.
Money for people, not parades.
U.S. military veterans of conflicts ranging from Vietnam to Afghanistan, 100 strong, different branches, united in their personal conviction that the millions of dollars spent on Saturday's military parade in the nation's capital is both wasteful and inappropriate.
It feels like this whole dog and pony show that the president is trying to make about the army is actually about him, and it's actually a distraction from.
Girl, I hope you retired, because he coming for you.
The fact that his administration is doing everything that they can to cut life-saving services that veterans and our communities rely on.
One after another, they spoke against what they called the unlawfulness of the administration's current deployment of U.S. troops in American cities.
If you want to thank me for my service, don't make it a hollow platitude or empty words. My service was to preserve and defend our Constitution, and now we are seeing the president betray our service.
This administration has or will likely place you in a position where you must choose. Harm innocent people, support their kidnapping, suppress legal protests and expressions of the First Amendment, or follow your conscience. You not only have a right, but an obligation to refuse illegal orders.
That's right. You do. If the
And again,
orders are illegal, it's like a job. If you're being audited and they want you to say shit that's not true and you know that you can be held liable, yeah, you have that right.
60 veterans arrested here after a passionate protest went across the street to the U.S. Capitol and arrested for unlawful demonstration. Live outside the United States
What was
Supreme
unlawful?
Court, Jackie
You
Benson.
have a freedom to protest. You have a freedom to do that.
As long as they had their permits and they were not violent, they had a right to be there.
See what I'm saying? This administration, Jesus, I'm not even going to call on Jesus right now. I'm not. But there is a manhunt. Now, I don't know if they found the suspect or not, but they put his face and everything up, the person who's responsible for shooting. And this is freaking crazy. His name is Vance Bolter. He's supposed to be 57 years old. Hold on, let me just show you this. I didn't check to see if they caught him or not. This is crazy. So this is the man that did the shooting.
Of confirmation of who the person that police are looking for in connection with the shooting of these state lawmakers. And we're now able to confirm that police are looking for Vance Bolter, born in 1967 in the state of Minnesota. Maggie Vespa, you have more on this.
Supposedly he sent all of his friends messages, and supposedly he has roommates. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he was married with kids.
Yeah, Jose, this just into NBC News, according to 3 people familiar with the investigation. Vance Bolter, a 57-year-old man from Minnesota, is the person authorities are now looking for in connection with these two, what they're calling politically motivated, politically targeted shootings in the Minneapolis area earlier this morning. And that name, Vance Bolter, spelling Boelter. Again, that's according to 3 people familiar. And remember, this is the guy who they say showed up at these 2 homes. And you're seeing Senator Hoffman's home from earlier this morning with those bullet holes in the front door, that chilling video from our affiliate on the ground. This is the guy who they say showed up at these 2 homes starting around 3:30 this morning. Dressed as a police officer, wearing that blue police officer shirt, that tactical vest, that utility belt with a dark colored SUV. It looked like one a police officer might be driving, with lights and sirens on the top. In other words, authorities saying completely impersonating an officer of the law, knocking on their door early in the morning of these 2 Democratic lawmakers in the state of Minnesota. And they say targeting both of them, ambushing them with gunfire, shooting each lawmaker, including Senator Hoffman, and Melissa Hortman, Representative Hortman and her husband Mark, shooting each lawmaker and their spouses. Representative Hortman and her husband both passing away, killed during this shooting. Senator Hoffman and his wife both taken to a local hospital for surgery. Officials hopeful that they're...
Now, Hoffman was the one, the wife was the one that shielded the daughter, right? I can't remember which one shielded the daughter. This is crazy.
Pull through. They have so far survived. But this is a major update now confirmed by 3 people familiar with the investigation to NBC News that Vance Bolter, they say, is the suspected shooter who they believe ditched that SUV, took off on foot, and is now at large in the suburban Minneapolis area with this massive, you can see that SUV there being towed away, with this massive manhunt underway. Jose.
Let's look at that, Maggie, because that's the one that the suspect was utilizing. Boy, yeah. You see that?
The
lights
like
on the top.
Car.
There is look at that. And in the plate, you see the plate right in the front.
I thought that was illegal to put those lights in like that. Debbie, that's illegal.
Police.
Right.
Where would you get lights like that? Can you? It's not like you can order them off Amazon. Like, did he steal that truck?
Look, the dark web, maybe. But you can't put lights in your truck like that, or in your car. That's illegal.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've talked about. I mean, you and I were just talking. Keep in mind, it was pitch black. It was before dawn, 2:30 in the morning, and you point out, right, those lights on the top. Just frankly, the shape, make, and model of that SUV.
Let's take a look at that, Maggie. Let's look at that together. Folks,
here it goes.
Watch this. Look at that. The back, there's some stripes there. You got the I think the tag in the front says police, the lights on the top, and then there are some lights inside that are actually still moving. Boy, the top and bottom of the front.
The tags on that doesn't, the tags, they're government issue tags.
Who did he steal that from?
No. I'm not laughing. The tags don't say police. And why? Okay, we can tell that there were no cops out that time of morning because that shit would have been pulled over.
All I can say is if anybody come to my front door saying that they the police, I'm calling 911 for verification before I open up.
I would open up.
No, I'm not. Not after seeing this.
No, because for the longest, people were coming and pretending, especially I think it was like doing C-19, they were doing the same shit, going in and robbing people and shit. Pretending
yeah. But down here, they were saying they were the power company.
Yep. But they were saying, I know they were doing it in Houston. Because they were going around and coming to your house 2 o'clock in the morning, banging on your door.
Front windshield. Look at that. I mean, this is as close to a police SUV as you can get if it's not one, because it's just, how do you at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning or 3 p.m. not think that this is a police vehicle? And I'm glad we're showing it again. Let's look at it together. There's some numbers on the top right of the back of the vehicle.
They don't have
just those
on the bumper.
Stickers on it, as long as that, as well as that bumper in the front. With those lights, top and bottom of the front windshield. Take a look at that. And it does say, what does it say? It says police.
Yeah. Right. No, that license plate says police. The shape, make, and model of it is something that authorities were very blunt. They said, look, this absolutely looked like. In other words, they just stopped short of saying this guy did a good job of making himself look like a law enforcement officer. The way he was dressed, the gear he was wearing, that vest, that belt, the car he was driving, the lights and sirens on top of it. There is no way.
They say sun shield emergency warning. $18.99. Then you have the one red blue traffic advisor police light bar for vehicles, $39.99. And then you have the X bright red blue LED surface mount strobe police light kit with control panel emergency safety warning, $53.99.
Well, looky there.
Isn't that some shit? And it looked like the ones he had are the ones that are $53.99.
Look at Uncle Jeff let us down again.
From Minnesota's governor to the other law enforcement officers who have spoken at these press conferences today, saying there is no way that these two Democratic lawmakers, again, hours before dawn.
Plates. Look on Amazon to see if you could get police license plates.
I'm sure they can, Debbie. You can get anything on Amazon.
Middle of the night would have been able to tell that they weren't answering the door to a law enforcement officer. You see it going by again, Jose, with those lights still flashing in this video. And again, it was so authentic. It was so real looking that we just talked about this a little bit ago. As they conduct these manhunts across the area, they are reminding people, you know, police may be showing up to your home in vehicles that look like that. They're going to be dressed like law enforcement officers, but this is key. Only answer the door if you see two or more police officers or law enforcement officers coming to your home at once. Because again, they say this guy was dressed like police, he looked like police, but he was acting alone. We today will not be, because, Jose, they know there is so much fear and panic in the area.
We thank you for watching.
Oh my God. Anyway,
I am not opening the door to anyone. They can bust down the door and come in. I'll be right here waiting.
Anyway, you better come with the whole damn army behind you. This is crazy. Oh my God. And they're still looking for him. And this is like an hour ago. Hold on. Let me get you this one. I'm just like, you can buy tactical gear at these stores. You can buy anything, girl. Anything.
In Sibley County, they woke up to this alert. We'll show you on your screen right now that they located what they believe to be the shooter's vehicle near Highway 25. They're telling people still in Sibley County, stay in your homes with your doors locked, keep your cars secured so that he cannot use any of these places to hide. And that, of course,
yes, you can buy license plate. You can have them custom on Amazon. Y'all better stay off of Amazon.
Anyone to report any suspicious activity to 911. They did let the community know that they would be going door to door, and we saw some video of that earlier, our new drone video of officers approaching various properties to question the people inside and make sure they're okay, and search the properties and make sure that he's not trying to seek refuge in any of them. Our Joe McCoy has been live in Sibley County near the scene of where they found that vehicle for hours already this morning. Joe, what are you seeing right now?
Julie, we are still seeing that incredibly large police presence here along Highway 25, where that car was found, where that cowboy hat was found, where there's also a property down there. Now, I do think one thing that has been interesting, Julie, and you and Lou were talking so eloquently about how he could have potentially gotten away from Senator or Representative Hortman's home in the middle of the night after he and law enforcement exchanged, allegedly exchanged some gunfire. I also think there's a large question of how he then escaped from the home and then got to Minneapolis, and then seemingly got from a Minneapolis to out here in Green Isle. That car that law enforcement is saying is the suspect's vehicle. We do not know if that car is registered to the suspect, but he did come out here and then leave that vehicle right off the side of the road here on Highway 25. And then also there was that cowboy hat that we have not had it confirmed if that is Vance Belcher's cowboy hat, but it does look remarkably similar to the one that he was wearing in that photo that was captured by security cameras. So that car and that cowboy hat have been here the entire morning when my photographer and I arrived on scene here around 8:45. We do not know, however, how long that car and that cowboy hat have been here for. We do not know if that car that law enforcement is saying was...
Yeah, well, I heard they caught his wife with some stuff, but he's one of your favorites, Heidi. I saw a video of him preaching. Who?
I sent you that video. It was from the one of the first ones that I sent you from Twitter, with the guy with the beard who said he had receipts. This man was out in Africa preaching.
Bolter?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's the very first clip that I sent you
on IG or in my email. I mean, or on my text messages.
Look on text message first, and then if not, go over to
Yeah, okay. Let me.
It should be a guy with a beard.
Oh my God! Look at Petty Rock, Madi, and Lauren Marie. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. They met. Okay, let me go to my text messages. Hold on. I just saw it on IG. Hold on. Debbie. God damn, Debbie. Oh my God. He's a mega Christian nationalist, white domestic terrorist, Democrat. Oh my God, I see it. I see it. Okay. I see it.
Right.
Okay.
What I sent you on IG was the thing from Tasha K.
Yes.
Regarding Latinos, but everything else I sent you was on messages. And his should have been the first one.
Yep, that was the first one you sent. Okay. Well, you know, after we talked this morning, girl, I got into all kinds of shit. Yep, he's still on the loose. He hasn't been caught. He's a white supremacist Nazi type. He's well armed, body armor. Yeah.
But he was out in Africa preaching to the people against transvestites and all sorts of ignorance out there. So he's supposed to be a man that's religious. They're out there saying, oh, well, Tim Waltz hired him. Yeah, he did, on a 60-person bipartisan advisory panel. So Tim Waltz wanted to hear from Democrats and Republicans and independents. He was one of 60, and it was not paid. It was an advisory panel.
Yep, Amber, thank you. Amber is the one that sent all the stuff to me off of Amazon. Thank you, Amber.
Ooh, we gotta get us some police lights.
We ain't getting shit. Hi, Gwen.
Can we get a bulletproof vest too? I want it all delivered via Amazon Prime.
Okay, first of all, I'm not putting no lights in my car. Although I can be unmarked, but oh my God. Yes, I heard, Mr. Jimenez. I was watching a lot of... See, I don't watch a lot of stuff on the regular news because the people that are over there in Israel and Iran, they're posting all of this stuff on TikTok, and I'm getting a first-hand account. So this is crazy. All right. Oh, Lord. Y'all, we in some times here. But I'm telling y'all, and then I posted something else about the No King protest here in Spokane. And I was right. I shouldn't have looked. If I had to go where I was going yesterday, I would be right down there on the riverfront area. And that's where they all were. Glad I didn't go down there. So, whew. Look, I don't feel like being caught riding dirty. Look, I don't feel like being riding dirty, okay? I don't feel like doing that. So, Debbie, Did we watch the Real Housewives of Miami, girl?
Yeah, it was a fun first episode, except for the first 8 minutes. After that, it was good.
What was your favorite part, Debbie?
Let me see. When Larsa got kicked out of Lisa's party and Kiki
I knew you
walked
were
her
going
to
to
the
go there.
car. No, when Kiki walked her to the car and said, "Let me see you get into the car because I don't want you to get kidnapped because you have big breasts and booty."
Debbie, you're roboting. Debbie, you're roboting again.
I'm breaking up. Sorry.
Yes, okay, Debbie, you can get armor from Amazon. You can. So we're gonna order you some, but you were roboting. And Debbie is on her phone, guys, because her cable went out and her internet. So she is on her phone, and so just bear with her. She's been without cable for almost 2.5, 3 hours now. And I don't know what's going on down there. I asked her were they having bad weather, and she said no. It just started in their area and now it's spread. So, but I was very impressed with the opening of the Real Housewives of Miami. Okay. Uh it was Debbie roboting. I was bouncing off of Debbie. But with the Real Housewives of Miami, oh my God. So I'm trying to understand. Alexa is now back with the man that left her, packed up and left, pushed her out the door so she can go run errands because she was going to go meet Peter. And he had to get her out the house so him and his daughter can pack everything and leave while Frankie was there and watching all of this. So I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if that's Debbie. Because she hasn't come back yet. Girl, Debbie is not getting all of that stuff. So here's what I get. So Marisol looks good. Gertie, I take it, is cancer free. But that, and who is the chick that was on the yacht? I don't remember her for some reason. I just don't remember her. But she's the one that was dating some guy. Come to find out he had a girlfriend. They broke up, but she still gets to use his yacht. I'm confused. I don't know where she came from, but that they got 9 people on that cast, and all of them are bringing something because they're drama filled. Marisol looks great. Now the older woman didn't come back. I can't remember her name. She's not there anymore. Then you have the two oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what Debbie's saying. Hold on. Alexia got on your nerves the first 3 minutes. Alexia, look, Debbie and I were talking earlier. Alexia seems to need a man to take care of her. Now, she married the old man, got divorced, and come to find out that he had a lover, okay? Debbie is trying to come in. She said her phone is hot, so she's going to wait. So her phone got hot. But so Alexia married the older man. He died. She didn't get half of what his boyfriend received. So now she's with the guy who upped and packed, and she didn't want anything to do with him. But all of a sudden now they're back together. They're holed up. I'm just trying to understand it. Then Julia and Martina, that's their names. They adopted some young sons. Were brothers. I think they're 1.5 or 2 years old. And they don't want to show them. So Julia decided that she was going to get a Zoom call together and get them all on the phone. Now, Gertie had a meeting she had set, and they were taking too long, so she had to drop. After the meeting, she hit up Julia and asked her, what was so important? No, what was the announcement? And Julia tells her, oh, you'll find out later. Okay. That's not really a friend. Okay. Not a friend at all. So for some reason, when Julia tells it, it was like, Gertie dropped off the call and never appeared, and Jen just sent her a nasty message, which we don't know what the message was because we didn't see it. So, just some other shit with drama. So then Marisol goes to meet Larsa for dinner or drinks, whatever the hell they were having. Larsa was upset because Lisa's boyfriend, Jody, is hanging out with Marcus Jordan, okay? Larsa says that Marcus has been threatening her and threatening her friends. Marisol was saying, well, yeah, but, Lisa can't tell Jody what to do, which is the same thing that Lisa said. She can't tell Jody what to do. Larsa is all in her feelings, and she was saying how Marcus had been sending her threatening messages. But the message that she read didn't sound threatening to me. He just said, we don't have anything to talk about, and he don't give a fuck about you and your friends. So how's that threatening? How's that threatening? Okay, so when she met with Lisa, and they were both saying that, oh, you didn't call, whatever. Who cares? Anyway, Jody, so they're throwing, Larsa felt that since she went and testified on Lisa's behalf, that Lisa should be a good friend and control Jody. She should control Jody. She should tell Jody not to hang out with Marcus Jordan, the cocaine head, alleged cokehead. Him. So they go, she's throwing this party for Jody. Okay. Gertie went on a yacht. Who gives a shit? But then they throw the party, and they all at the party. And before then, Marisol had told Lisa that she was going to talk to Jody. She goes, I might do it at the party. Lisa definitely said, do it at the party. You'll get thrown out. And she was serious. Okay. So party time is here. Everybody shows up looking presentable, but here comes Gertie talking about she was given the 50s look or 60s look. Girl, nobody in the 60s was showing their punani and their nipples, okay? And that lady said it just like I was thinking about it. That was an inappropriate outfit. I didn't think it belonged there, but oh, hey, that's just me. Sorry. Yes, Debbie, you're back.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, the phone got hot, so it is what it is.
Yeah, so I was getting to the party.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, Tracy. She's saying he wasn't good with the boys, but you're back with him. Let me see. Jody deserves an award for putting up with Lisa during that divorce. Yes, but wait a minute. Debbie and I were talking. I think Jody and Debbie do believe too that Jody is just clout chasing. I don't think he really cares about Lisa. Well, maybe he cares, but he doesn't love her. Oh, what's the French guy name? The French model that came with what's her name? Oh.
With Adriana?
With Adriana. That tall drink of water, 6'4". And she was slobbering up and down. Come on, girl. Nobody want to see that at a party.
I do. I'm glad she's getting some.
Okay, Debbie. I know what you were trying to do. You're trying to say, hey, this is mine. We know he's with you. Okay? He came with you.
She paid for him for the night, so she might as well get everything she can.
So,
and Jody, I don't really care about Jody. The only thing that everybody was having this big blow up about how he went into the bedroom to do drugas. I think he really did go in there to get the AC because the AC is on, but all of their patio doors are
Open. Yep.
open. So out in the main living area is going to be
And
hot.
yep, and that's true. I do think he was in there for the AC, but the way production made it seem like he was doing something nefarious. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Look, Miami is hot. Period.
You should know. Look.
For real.
So Larsa is saying that Marcus is trying to tear her down. Girl, that you know what? I miss these days of the housewives when they just get down to the nitty gritty. So, of course, Lisa is not her party, but Lisa got to go change clothes. Okay, not Lisa's party, but Lisa's got to go change clothes. I thought she was going to pull an Aretha Franklin because you know when Aretha Franklin died, I think she changed clothes what 4 times, and I think they buried her in a silk um, gown and the robe and the slippers. Girl, I'm just done. You have to keep getting the body out, dressing it. I'm like, okay, got you. Okay, and I think she changed caskets twice too, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so shit's crazy. What was your best part up until the party? Or if you want to go right into the party, go into the party.
Up until the party, when they was on the boat with Kiki ex-boyfriend, and Adriana said, yeah, I was the one who said last season that Alexia and Todd were in financial trouble and it could affect their relationship. I didn't know it was going to do this, but I know where she's coming from, and I will always be there as a friend. And poor Kiki and Gertie are looking like, who the fuck is this saying this nonsense? Where's Adriana? And it was like a joke. I thought it was epic. I thought it was epic because Adriana was sitting down there talking like it was for real. And I think it was Gertie who said, well, we all know you would be the last person that she would come to
No,
for
now
help.
I didn't remember Kiki. I don't remember her, but then I kind of remember two black girls, but I just for some reason I just didn't remember Kiki. I don't, but I did watch you remember I binge watched last season, well, the last time they were
Mm-hmm.
on, and then I binge watched and I watched the reunion. I was like, well, what? Then you mentioned it. She changed up her hair, but that red outfit that Kiki came in, you know that
Mm-hmm.
not the one that Gertie had on. I'm talking about the one that Kiki
Mm-hmm.
had on. It was chic. I loved it. She was dressed for the occasion. What did you think about Gertie's outfit? It was
Gertie,
gaudy.
I don't know why she chose to come dressed in a see-through outfit. Maybe I don't know what's going on with Gertie. To tell the honest truth, since she got the diagnosis with the cancer, she's been weird ever since. I'm just gonna give her grace. If she want to show off the kitty cat and the nip nips, go ahead, girl.
But okay, I know that you survived cancer. We know you're. Well, I think she says she's cancer free. Why did you put that ugly ass wig on your head? And actually, when you moved, it moved. Okay, that ugly ass wig. It didn't look good. The red wig or the bright orangey red wig and the red, it didn't look good. I didn't even get down to the shoes to see what shoes she had on. Once I saw the wig and I was done. Then I saw the black G-string that she had on. Really? We couldn't get a red one to put there?
I think that was the least of our problems with that outfit.
Wisco, you didn't know that Aretha Franklin changed clothes, what, 3 or 4 times? And I think they changed her coffin twice. Yes, she changed clothes after every. Okay, so they moved her body from here. So when they moved her body, she had a different outfit on. Aretha changed clothes, I think 4 times. Well, she didn't change clothes, but you know what I mean. Yeah, 4 times. And she had 2 different coffins. Yeah, they are, but Marisol always dresses nice. Well, 90-something% of the time. She always looks.
Marital and Nicole were the fashionistas of this franchise. Now we got Stephanie coming in because Nicole took a step back. So that's big money replacing big money. So I have high expectations for Stephanie.
Yep. So we're waiting. But when my best part is when Larsa wants to go to the party, then she wants to try to corner Jody. Jody was looking at her like you know, who the fuck are you? But he was like, oh, I didn't know anything about that. And then he goes, oh, you've got nice earrings. I said I was done. Then she wants to go try to talk shit to Lisa in Lisa's rental property. Look, now her home, her rental property, 6,000 square feet. And she's trying to talk. Now, did Lisa's husband get the house? Okay, I think Debbie. Did Lisa's husband get the house?
Yeah, she had to move out.
Okay, so she's in the 6,000 square foot rental, and Larsa wants to come talking shit. She talks shit. Lisa told her, okay, get out. There's the door. Kiki went with her to the bathroom. Went with her to wash her face up and stuff. She comes back again, but here's what got me when she was saying that the breakup was fake. She goes, yeah, the first one. And then she was like, it was all in the press. And Gertie says, girl, we know that you got TMZ and friends on speed dial. I was rolling. Gertie just put it out there. Well, she didn't say it at the party. She was saying it in the confessional or in her head, however you want to say it. So then she comes back. She calls her, again, a stupid bitch. She said, I was like, oh, wait a minute. How do you come back? And they're trying to get you guys to talk. I think they're finally divorced now because they have split custody, which is 50-50. She sat there and called this woman ignorant and a stupid bitch or something. And she said, get out. And then she was still talking. She told Larsa, girl, all of America know who you are. I was weak. I was done. What does that mean? What does that mean? Mean bitch that you a hoe. Okay? You a hoe. I knew you were a hoe when Scotty married you and it pissed me off. You is a hoe. Okay, Larsa? You dated your ex-husband's friend's son. You is a hoe. Okay? You is a hoe. Hi, Chanel. Welcome. I forgot Juju. I asked Debbie when she comes back. But she flat out told her, all of America know who you are. And I was done. What did Gwen say? Drea, baby, take your time. Don't you rush. I said I'm a dog. I'm a mutt. I like the song. I was looking at BET again and he was just performing. Oh, okay. So I was laughing so hard. So shit's going to pop off. Like Debbie said, Stephanie is coming. I think this season is going to be great. Miami came in. They showed out. And I am so excited. Miami came with it. That heat in Miami. I'm telling y'all, you know. So Debbie, somebody asked a question and I don't remember. She said, which one of them didn't know what a BJ is? Who was that?
Which one of them didn't know what a BJ was? Was that
And
on the episode?
I don't remember that. Maybe that was on the one before then. Maybe it was last
I know
week.
Lisa, like when
she should know what a BJ is. Shit.
Right. I know, but I think she took offense to Puffy Face telling her, why can't you tell him what to do when you give him head every night?
Oh, yes. She said that on the so she goes, I don't give head every night. I'm a mom of 2. And I do other things. Who said that? Who was
That was
that?
Lisa. It was Larsa who said, you give him head every night.
Yep, that was
But it
Lawson
was
saying that to
Lisa.
Lisa. Yes.
Yeah, but it was Lisa who was like, I'm busy. I'm a mom of 2. I have 5 jobs. I don't know what 5 jobs she got.
I don't know
But
what 5 jobs she has either.
yeah, but she said, I don't like, how could you say that to me in my own home? And I don't like, she said, I don't think she said I don't do that, but she said she's busy.
She said that she doesn't do it every night. She's busy. But Jody doesn't look like he's Lisa's type at all. Does Jody have a job?
I thought that he had a company.
Okay, well, then he's Lisa's type then, because they got a 6,000 square foot rental, and Lisa ain't paying for it.
Yeah,
Lisa's
but isn't
not.
that the husband, the ex-husband is paying for that?
I don't know, but she has the kids 50% of the time, and he has the other 50.
Yeah, because he wanted her out of the home.
Yep.
So her attorney got it so that he would have to pay for her to leave the family home.
Yeah, but she made it sound like, that she was just happy because that house was just too big. And Jody looked around like, he goes, okay, this is 6,000 square feet. She goes, yeah, but it feels so cozy. Uh-huh.
Well, in comparison to where she was living before, it is
Uh-huh.
downright claustrophobic, only 6,000 square feet. However, Lisa know why she's saying she's happier there, because that house was a house of debauchery for that doctor husband of hers.
So isn't he with somebody else?
I don't know.
Who
Well, on
was
the show, he broke up with the girl that he left her for.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Who's the one that was still married and was caught out with the girlfriend? Is that Lisa's husband, right? Or was it the other
Yeah,
one?
that was
That was
last
it.
season. No, that
Yes.
was last season where they
Okay.
caught the doctor with the girlfriend. I think it started at. Did it start at the Grand Prix weekend?
I think so, but I
Yeah, it
remember.
started sometime around there.
Yeah, she was getting 8,000 a month before divorce. Then he took her car. What? Well, she can afford to buy a damn car. He took her car. That sounds like some Wendy Williams shit there. Oh my God. But Miami seems like they're bringing it, Debbie. What do you think? They started out hot.
They did. And don't forget, Miami goes by the old school type of housewife interaction. We smiling, you did something to me, I do something back to you, and then there's a resolution. We hug, we kiss, we make up, we have a cocky, and then we start all over again the next episode. So, and then they have the Peacock production, because don't forget the reboot started back on Peacock.
Oh, Peacock,
So
yes.
they like, Miami was from season 1 when it debuted, it was always like a reincarnation of Miami Vice. It was very visually stimulating, which overcame some of the women, like Alexia, but it was
You just
always
don't like Alexi.
entertaining.
Look, she dated one of the one of the cocaine cowboys. Well, she married him. She got 2 kids with him. I want to see him back on the show. Shit. Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you, Alexia is the biggest failure at life. She has married 3 men for money, and each one of them she has lost out in the end. She needs to be removed from Housewives, period. And I'm beginning to think that production does not like her based on the first 8 minutes of this episode.
Wendy's doing good. Hi, A Stops. Hi, So Done. But I'm serious. This shit is off the chain, but I'm looking forward to it. So we have that. 1,000 Pound Roomies, Debbie.
I like this show. The more I watch, the more questions I get, the more I want to see. I like the show so far. I know it's only 2 episodes, but it's so not what I was expecting.
Okay, I starting to really not like Nisha.
Why?
Because she is not okay. You and I discussed this on the phone. You know, Jazz has she's 630 pounds. She a biggin, okay? She a biggin. 630 pounds. Your friend was in there when the doctor told you about your weight and how it's going to kill you sooner rather than later. And you really needed to do the drastic change, okay? She's still in there cooking these big ass meals, okay? She is she's not being supportive. I understand that she didn't want to get rid of her snacks. I get that. But you could have removed that and not made the stink that you did, because you're showing me that you're not supportive of your friend and you guys are roomies and she's going through this weight loss journey. Now, you said you all for losing weight, but you don't want to do the surgery. I get it. But how are you all for losing weight if you're not trying to change your eating habits?
Okay, so let's take this in chunks.
Okay.
At the doctor's office, when the second episode opens, she does seem like she's supporting Jazz in the moment. And I think she's one of those people who are just like, you can do this. You can do this. Not me, because she made it very clear I'm not up for no surgery when the Dr. Nori asked her about it. But she said, you can do this. And Jazz was trying to loop her in, because remember, Jazz was saying, well, what about Nisha? And what if Nisha? And can Nisha? No, Jazz, this appointment is under your name, not Nisha. Nisha was the driver.
In that little bitty... Look,
look, it's big enough to get the two of them to the doctor and back.
Okay.
So let's look at that first part. Then let's go to the cooking the breakfast thing, which Nisha, let me tell you, her potatoes alone, her breakfast potatoes, they look so good.
They did.
Oh my God. I was salivating when I saw those. I love me a potato. Anyway, I digress. It was supposed to be a cheat day, because this is 30 days after that doctor's appointment.
Because she lost 40 pounds.
Jazz, right. She lost, she lost
40 pounds.
Yes. So it's okay to have a cheat day. Now, that kind of cheat day, that was a lot. Nisha is one of those people that don't know how to cook, for one. But then again, they have been in a house full, it's just the two of them, but they're cooking for 10 because that's how they were eating.
That's the way they were eating. Exactly.
Nisha needs to revise how heavy her hand is when it comes to cooking, and actually
Jazz can just cook her own damn food.
No, Jazz is lazy, and Nisha is her hand servant and her driver and her butler and her maid. Nisha does everything for Jazz, because Jazz has gotten used to that part. Like, she knows her role and Nisha knows her role. Right? So a lot of changes have to go on in their whole lifestyle dynamic. And it's only been a month. But I didn't mind the cheat day, but Nisha, curb how much food you're cooking. And the only thing that pissed me off in that scene, and not so much pissed me off, I was just disappointed. All right, so Nisha serves up the 2 plates. They sit down on the couch and they start eating. Nisha's going to town on hers. Jazz takes 2 bites and start holding her belly, saying that she full of air. Okay, this is what disappointed me. Nisha turned around and said, why you took that shot knowing good and goddamn well that was going to happen, knowing I cook all of this food because you told me to. Slow your roll, bitch. Slow your roll, Nisha. I expect better from you. If the woman said that she is going to eat the food later, don't throw in the added little snarky comment about, you mean you gonna eat it through the rest of the month. You know what the shot does. Jazz knows what the shot does. I've never been on shots, but I'm sure that you have to take the shot every week at the same time because you don't want the medication spiking, right?
Yep.
So Nisha, stop. Nisha, you shouldn't have cooked so much. Jazz, just eat the food whenever you can. Because got to get used to what's happening in her head, and then the drug as well. In her head, she's ready to go to town on this food because she has a food addiction. She's got to deal with that food addiction while she's on this drug, or else she'll get the surgery, she'll come off the drug, and she will still be eating. And I hope they address that.
That's true.
But I was disappointed in Nisha when she got angry that the girl couldn't eat the food. Nisha, you yourself say you know what happens when she takes the shot. Do not criticize her for taking the shot if you're supposed to be supporting her and her getting more than 4 years with her child.
And
come on now.
Yep.
Be an adult.
About them going to the pool and that damn did that motherfucker have on a 2-piece?
Who?
Jazz.
No, she wore the 2-piece to Venice Beach. That was the bikini. This was a 1-piece thong.
Okay, yeah.
It was the prettiest bathing suit. I'm still questioning what kind of pictures she be taking, but that was such a, like the 3 bathing suits that we've seen her in, they are so pretty. This one had ruffles over her shoulder, a pretty tropical print that went well with her complexion. And it was a thong. I don't do thongs, but it looked good on her. I loved it.
Did you see?
And it was such a deep
that was
V
no
in the front.
All you saw was ass. That was you couldn't even see when it went up in her crevice.
No, the reason why I said it was a thong is because if it was a full coverage, there would have been more gathering when it slid up her ass, but it wasn't that much gathering. That was
a beautiful
how she got out. I don't care what nobody.
That's all I want to know. She said she couldn't get in.
That was going to be a struggle. That was going to be a struggle, but she had to have used the stairs. She would have had to use the stairs, and with a lot of people helping her on that production team.
Exactly, because they showed us that you didn't want to walk down the stairs to get in the pool. I don't blame her because you would have slipped and busted your ass.
She couldn't.
Yep, she would have slipped.
No, it wouldn't have been slipping. She said that knee is giving out. She could not put 600 pounds onto a knee that's about ready to get out.
They're just roommates.
So
I'm sorry. I was answering the question.
And are they in a relationship? Yeah, they're just friends.
Because Nisha has a situation here.
I like Joe.
Look, Joe.
Yeah.
Nisha has a situationship. Girl, I wish I would say I love him enough that I don't mind if he what? So you just let him come over there and
I felt bad for her.
And you've never been out on a date, and you've been doing this for 19 years?
No, I felt bad when Nisha said that. I felt bad.
Her self-esteem is low.
Because, yes. And I wonder how much the church situation have to do with that, because it seems like he really likes her. And she keeps him at a distance, like when she got
Well, she ain't keeping him at a
itch, he come
distance
over and
when they're
scratch
having
it.
sex.
Right, but listen, that statement that she made about allowing him to go and find love, she'll love him, but she's okay with him going to love somebody else. I felt bad for her, because I don't think she thinks she's worthy of love.
Exactly.
And that Nisha needs a lot of therapy.
And her mother seems like she doesn't recognize it at all. But she said she left the church at
The
22.
mother's just telling her to get over it.
She said she left. They finally left when she was 22. Okay, why didn't she leave before?
Well, what did Nisha say? She said, when you get out into the real world and you see how things really should be, and it's a mind fuck. And for someone who is young and inexperienced and sheltered, like, they real lucky that she didn't wind up at the strip club and all she did was get a bad eating habit or something.
Because I was thinking that maybe she was molested or something, but that hasn't come up. And the woman that did her hair,
well, it feels like it. It
feels like it. But Mimi says that she know her from the church she used to go to. Now I like Mimi. I was like, but the way Nisha is talking, it's like she was molested or something. But I remember her saying that food was held back for them, and services would go on for like 3 or 4 hours, and then they would be allowed to eat, and she would just gorge herself. But I'm missing something.
If that
I'm
was
missing something.
I'm missing something too. And the way how she blames her, she hasn't really verbalized it, but I feel she blames her mother for not just putting her in the situation with the church. I feel something else happened to her. And I need to know more. And the mother has to do with it. I wonder if the pastor didn't, fiddle-dee-dee with her, or someone else in the
That's
church
what
that
I
she
want
can't
to
talk
know,
about.
Debbie, because it's like she's saying it but not saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she hasn't confronted it with the mother either, because for the mother to just be so blasé blah about it, just get over it, and you're just like, what? So I'm wondering if the mom even knows the full extent of her trauma from the church.
That's because that's the feeling I'm getting. And I wanted to ask you that today, but I didn't. I'm feeling like she's trying to say something, but not saying it.
Yep. But she on the wrong network.
And then grandma, Granny, who don't want to give her name, is sitting there while Pops is in the kitchen cooking. Now, Jazz and her mom look just alike, but it seemed like they have a really strange relationship.
Well, Jazz said that she was rough on her mom when she was growing up. She ran away a lot. She hurt her mother in doing so. And she wants to get back a relationship with her mother, but she realizes her mother is like hesitant. Her mom don't want to get hurt again. But how you haven't been around your family?
That's
in
what
years?
I was going to say.
Like, what is
your
going
mom
on
and
there?
dad? Well, your mom, your grandmother, and your pops can't be that far, and you haven't seen them. And what about your daughter not seeing her grandmother and her great grandfather and her great grandmother? Something is strange there, girl. You don't live that far. You took a damn
Which
Uber.
takes me back to what Jazz does for a living.
Oh my God. Sherry, hold on a second.
And
Sherry,
if she
every time Pam goes live on the TikTok, I go to see if you're there, but you're not there. So I don't know what's going on, but if I need to unsubscribe from Pam, just let me know. Go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah. So it's just like, why are you not going around your parents? Why is your daughter not seeing her grandma and great grandma and Poppy? Like, what, Miss Anita? Like, her cousin? Why the sister ain't show up on the TV? I
Yep.
want to
And
know. I want
who's
to
the
know.
Asian guy or Hispanic guy that was sitting there with the long hair?
That's her sister husband, because look how
The
bright
little
skinned
girl
the
is.
little
Yes,
niece
that little
is.
girl is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And Jazz is now. Am I
Mm-hmm.
crazy, or did Jazz's daughter gain weight from the first episode?
I didn't really see that, but she's a
She's
tall
tall and
young
her
lady.
face is
Lord, she
getting.
gonna be tall like
Yeah,
her
I'm telling
mama.
you, they must have
Mm-hmm.
shot between something, because that little girl looked like, if you look at her from the first episode to when we just saw her,
Mm-hmm.
look like she's put on about 10 or 15 pounds.
Well, look, she's going into like that teenage phase where you get a little chubby, but then you drop it off. She'll
I
be
never got
fine.
through that teenage days where I got chubby and then dropped it off.
Well, I didn't either, but I'm making up something for her. Leave that girl
Well,
alone.
I'm just saying. I never went through. Now, I know Nate did. He got a look. Nate was eating everything. And I used to sit there and go, how many damn pork chops are you going to eat? And then when his brother started teasing him, and all of a sudden, that weight is just like Justin. One time they were a little chubby. Next thing you look, Justin's, he's 5'8", straight up. Nate went straight up.
Listen,
I was like, damn.
Listen, Nana is going to be very tall. So I think, they'll get growth spurts, and that's when, they need extra food. She's going to be fine. She's
Now,
going
my
to be
question
fine.
is for you with Jazz. Was it Nana's daddy that she broke up with that had her going into an eating frenzy?
It was confusing for
Okay.
me, because at first I thought it was, but then like how she was talking, it didn't. It sounded like
It's
somebody
somebody else,
else.
because Nana
And
is
I
what,
don't
11?
know.
Okay. And she,
Yes.
okay.
And it seems like Nana's dad might not still be with
That's what I'm
us.
taking, because I got confused, Debbie. I went back and watched the first episode because I was trying to put the pieces together to see if I missed something about Nisha, because I was getting that feeling. It's just coming to me that she was molested,
Mhm.
or not molested,
They are talking
or
in a
touched
lot of
on. You know what I
riddles.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they are talking in a lot of
Mhm.
riddles, and a lot of it is like we're not getting the whole story, but hopefully we'll piece it together by the end of the
Okay.
season.
All right. So, and then when Nana was saying about the shots and stuff, but you know what? I want to know, why did Jazz wait until Miss Anita was putting all that food on that damn plate? And then she tells him she won't be able to eat it all, because you could have at any time said, that's enough. That's enough. And she was like, oh, wait a minute. She's going to need this. Wait a minute. She's going to need that. Okay.
Listen, that
First of
food will
all,
not go to waste, because they gonna wrap it up, and Nisha gonna take it home and eat it.
see, they fry fish fillets. I want my fish with the goddamn bone on it. Okay.
I don't know. I've never had catfish, but I had a picture of the table with the food laid out. That fish looked wonderful. It wasn't greasy or anything. Poppy did
No,
a good job doing
he did
that
a good
whole
job. He put it
thing.
in a deep fryer. He took it out. He let it
Mm.
drain, and it's the way you fry it. And my fish isn't greasy. And he put it in the oven to keep it warm, and to keep it from getting cold and stuff. And I'm like, you
Mhm.
go, Poppy, while Granny is sitting on her ass, and Miss Anita, I think, might be sleeping with Poppy, because she's the one that's making everything. Let me stop.
Don't say that. Miss Anita's an elder in the church. Praise
Miss
Jesus.
Anita she was probably riding on Poppy some time back, and now she a friend from the church who just happened to be there serving everybody. But she done serve Poppy. Trust me, she done serve Poppy. Okay. All
I
right then.
loved it when he said, "Can we finally eat?"
Can
I
we
was
finally
like, "There
eat?
you go. There you go, Poppy."
Look, Miss Anita, because I'm like, wait a minute, Papa got a walker? I mean, a cane, and he cooking. Granny's sitting on her ass. Miss Anita acting like she the woman of the house. And I said, yeah, she done rode on Poppy.
Nuh-uh. Leave Miss
Just
Anita
because you're a
alone.
church friend, you find most hoes in church, okay?
Praise Jesus, not Miss
You
Anita.
find most hoes and most pimps in church, okay? You know, the pimp daddies that come into church and try to get with all the sisters, you know, want to be an usher, the deacon board, those people, yeah. Always flirting, holding your hand a little bit too long, looking at you as you're walking away. Me and my sister was just talking about the usher in the church in New Orleans when I went. She goes, and when she was telling me about what this old, I said, is that the same old man when I was there? She was like, yep. I said, yeah, he gives me the willies. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. So anything else that happened?
I don't know if you talked about the hairdressing. I thought that
was hairdresser. That was some quick. Okay, here's what I want to say about that. She's that big. Okay, she's that big. In order for them to do that to your hair, what is that? 4.5, 5, 6 hours for what she had done? Nisha's hair was quick. No, I'm telling you, Nisha's hair was quick. It's easy to do that. She had to be sitting in that chair, and as much as you be in pain, but you can sit your ass in that chair and get your hair done. Girl, okay. All right, go ahead on.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing for her is the knee. So if she can sit down, I think she'll be okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So what else did you want to say about the hair thing, please? Because I mean, it seemed like everybody in there was big, except for that one girl that was doing the two girls that were doing hair.
Yeah.
Satan is always in the church. Satan be in church every Sunday. Satan's there. Yeah.
In the church.
Girl, let me tell you. I'm Catholic. Y'all know that, right? We would go to church on Sunday, especially when we moved to Houston. We all go to church. My mother would come back from church and she would be going off. My great grandfather Pop said, daughter, you just came back from church. My mother is a humdinger. I was like, did we just leave mass? What the hell? And my son, I'm telling you, on my birthday, Nate always said, it's Satan's birthday. He calls me Satan. No, Jesus.
Oh, no, Wendy.
That's what I was talking about. You can't stay in one spot too long. Debbie, just think about it. I was sitting down when I had the issues with my leg, okay? I couldn't sit that long. And I'm not big. She's big. She can't sit that long.
Well, they can let her get up every now and again. The girl gonna need a break with her fingers.
That had to take at least 5 or 6 hours. It's not that quick to get. You see all that hair they put in there? That's not. She didn't bring all that hair. I looked at that one bag. I said, "When the hell the rest of the hair come from?" Seriously, Satan.
Maybe they. Oh, I don't know. I don't get my hair braided, but it looks nice.
I used to take Kayla to get her hair done. I stayed one time. Now, Kayla has a lot of hair on her head. And then you got to think about it. They're going to be washing, first they shampoo it, condition it, put her under the dryer for a little bit, and then she uses the blow dryer, and then she has to flat iron. It depends on what Kayla was getting. And then when Kayla started getting the twist, I would drop her ass and they would call me when she's ready within 3.5 hours.
But I think these two ladies, they came with their hair already washed and they was just getting the braids.
Yeah, but still, I got to ask my cousin. She owns her own beauty thing. I'm going to ask her, how long does it take to put those crochet locks in your hair? Oh, I'm going to call Nita. I'm going to ask her, how long does it take?
Anyway, they looked at pretty, so I'm glad they got a chance to get some packs.
Yep, and I like Nisha's because I like the big plaits that she put in. I like those.
And she had like colors in hers, like
Yep.
purple or blue or something
Yeah,
like
like
that in
purple,
hers. It
purple
looked
or
cute.
lavender. Yep, she looks cute. All right,
Hmm.
can we go to 1,000 Pound Sister, and then we're gonna do Sister Wives? Can we go to 1,000 Pound Sisters?
Hmm. I'm so sick of Amy.
Ooh, amen, sister. Thank you, So Done. I was about to say
Mm.
amen. And So Done, we're gonna talk about Lisa too after this. Okay, so see, about 5 hours depending. Drea, after
Mm.
this, yeah, after this, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. No, you can't talk right now. I'll text you because hold on a second. Because Party Rock, Mari, and Lauren Marie met today, and they wanted to meet you as well. They all met and had lunch together at the Cheesecake Factory, but they know, what's going on with you, so they're going to set up another date, and they really want to miss you. I mean, meet you, meet you, and then Party Rock's going to talk about, send me a message talking about, I need to fly to Arizona too. I said, oh, hell no, not right now. It's too hot. I melt, baby. Sorry. Look, sorry. I melt. I can't be in that. That's crazy because I go to Vegas when it's hot as shit. Let me stop saying that. Okay, Debbie, go ahead. Let me stop saying that. Party Rock, I was just talking about you. I mean, Petty Rock. I said, you wanted me to go to Arizona. And I said, it's too hot. And then I caught myself and I said, oh shit. I go to Vegas. It's 104, 106. I was in Texas. I'm not used to that heat like that. Peter Moon found out that Waverly Place ain't even open for when Amy. What?
Yes, I saw that, Wendy. I saw that after we did our show. And I was just like, wait, what? It was never
Nope.
open. It doesn't, that place don't open until November.
And they want to get married in October on Halloween. Yep, and
Yeah.
Gwen.
So
I know you live
again,
there,
this is
Gwen.
Amy self-producing.
Gwen, I know you live there. I
Mhm.
didn't know you wanted everybody to know. But Petty Rock, Gwen lives in Arizona. She's not too far from Drea. They're not too far from each other. So when, hi, Mr. Rock, I'm your TikTok friend. Happy Father's Day. No, I'm going to meet Mr. Rock in Vegas. The next time he goes to Vegas, you let me know. I'm going to be his other little pebble. I'm going to meet Mr. Rock in Vegas, okay? So you let me know when Mr. Rock has another conference in Vegas. I'm going to be there. Yeah, they met. They all met yesterday. Okay, Debbie, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about Waverly Place.
Yeah, I like watching Peter Mon. He's another YouTuber who talks about a whole bunch of different TV shows, but his recaps of Sister Wives and Tammy and them are like really funny to me. And he went and looked up the Waverly institution or whatever you call it, and he realized that that place ain't even open. It's open for a very small period of time yearly,
Uh-huh.
and it opens like the beginning of November, so she could never have a Halloween wedding at that place. So he was just like, what are you
Storyline.
doing, Amy? Because he actually sent texts back and forth with her, and when she got bit by the camel, he reached out to her and he was like, are you okay? I heard what happened. And she sent him the picture of the camel bite of her arm from when it had happened, and he kept it quiet, and he was just like, wow. But then when this season started, he was like, wait, Amy is lying, because I went and pulled up those articles. She's not talking about all of the drugas that she got busted for, or the child
That's what I
endangerment.
told you.
Why
And
are
you
they
said,
lying to
well,
us?
no, because I said, no, they had more shit on them than just mushrooms. Remember, I told you that.
Mm-hmm. No, she had marijuana and
She had
mushrooms. Those were
marijuana,
the two drug
mushrooms, and
charges.
some type of
But
pill they had.
oh, well, I only remember the two.
I gotta find
But
the
what
original.
was most important was the child
Yep, she had
endangerment
child
charges.
endangerment, and Amanda was there. She had to take those classes. And then for the first 2
Mm-hmm.
weeks, those kids were with the daddy and his mother after she got arrested. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. She's like this whole season, like I can see starting off with her mess, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling that production probably told her, yeah, this season will be about you. And then they slipped in, it was really supposed to be about Tammy. And they told Amy that it would be about her in order for her to release like the film on her phone and stuff like that so that they could get that footage. And I think when that she realized that the surgery was really interrupting what her objective was to get past the charges and move on with Brian. But that doesn't even make sense to me, because how are you moving on with a man who got busted with you for illegal substances and child endangerment? Like, how are you still in a relationship with this
Thank you.
person?
Oh, my man. Hi, Black Hat. Happy Father's Day. Hi. How are you?
The baby version. It is funny.
So I pulled up some pictures of Tammy. Thank you
Mhm.
for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm gonna get like Lisa's really, really soon. I'm gonna start threatening you guys, and anybody that sent me cash apps or stuff, I'm gonna start blackmailing you guys because I'm getting ready to have a drug problem. And be quiet, Debbie. I'm getting ready to have a drug I'm getting ready to have a drug problem. And I'm just like, girl, Lisa went. So there, look, what in the hell is that? Okay, there's Tammy. Look at that. And this is
Mhm.
the swelling. Why is that keep showing up? I don't want that. Okay, there's the swelling. Look, that's after the surgery.
Wow.
Okay, 15-pound skin removal. And then, and wait a minute, Jamal said she was going to weigh what? I told you they were going to remove at least 20 pounds. Look at this.
Wow. When the doctor said, we asked Tammy for pictures of when she was a teenager to get a rough idea how her chin and neck look for the reconstruction. And every single picture she sent had no neck. I was like, damn.
Hi, Mr. Rock. How are you? But look at that, girl. They gave her a chin. Look.
Mm-hmm.
And look all of this back here.
Yep.
Look the blood. See? Look, they pulled.
That's the facelift that they
Yep.
gave her.
They pulled all of
Yep.
that. And, but this picture right here says it all for me. Look, she looks like Avery right here, all wrapped up. You remember Avery?
Yeah.
He looks like Avery. Okay. So then, hold on. We have that. And then there was another one.
But wait a minute. Go back to the picture, these pictures. Okay, look at these. Why does Tammy look cleaner than Amy? And Tammy got caked on blood, greasy hair, all of this. Why does she look cleaner in these pictures than her sister Amy on a regular day?
But they because they said that she sent them pictures and she had no type of chin definition. So they just look at that.
They had to like wing it and create one for her.
I went looking for those. Look at her now. Look.
Yeah, she looks so good. But where's her titties?
She never really had it. It was just
she
fat.
doesn't have breasts.
That was just really fat that she had. Look.
Well, breast tissue is mostly fat, but I thought she would have.
I don't think either one of them wear bras. Although
there.
Amy be wearing those sports things, girl, they need to wear a bra that has some type of definition. But I wanted to show you guys this. But they did. That surgery was long. They took those pictures. Look at her nose. Her nose looks crooked. Let me see how her nose look. Look, they did her nose too.
But
Look.
no, they didn't.
Look at this nose on her
She
right
would have
here.
had
Look at
two.
the nose.
No, it was swollen, but if they had done a rhinoplasty on her, she would have had two black
Okay.
eyes.
But she does look like Avery right here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she don't have no.
That's probably when she was recovering at the hotel afterwards.
Yeah, but no, because the swelling is not really there. So this had to be
right. No, but
how long did she
the
stay at
neck
the hotel
bandage,
though?
a week and a half.
Okay. I would think you would still have a lot of swelling for what they did.
She probably did, but look, that guy is one of the young doctors that was on the 12-man team that did her. Those pictures were taken in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that was after she had the
Pittsburgh.
surgery. Yes, because her arms and stuff are still wrapped up.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But she looks good, and they got rid of Angela Dean. That dick that you got swinging, or that gobble gobble, those that scrotum. You might want to go see them people. Okay.
No, they're not gonna take her. She can't stop smoking.
Yep, but they did an excellent job on her.
Yeah.
They really, really did. They really did.
And you could see her cooter.
Yep. And Chris,
it's amazing.
Girl, did you see the look on Chris's face when it was like he was the daddy, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the three older siblings, I think that they really take care of the two last ones. But
they better go on TikTok, Wisco Dell. They sell everything on TikTok shops, girl. Everything. Big women bras, girl. They got bras for their size because all they got to do is go get fitted. Take my message.
Right, but why doesn't she should contact the lady that's that Kelly and what's her name? Not Pamela. What's her name? The lady that used to do the bra shop.
Cynthia and Molly?
Yeah. Cynthia. She should get in contact with Cynthia and get measured. Them titties are probably deflated and sitting on her lap. Ooh, probably.
Yep. But she gonna get that lifted too. I talked to Kelly the other day too. He's doing great. I was being funny. I sent him a message. I said, "It's almost non-Father's Day." He fell out laughing. He was like, "Only you, Heidi." Chris is the only dad they've known. Tammy said when he was introduced on the show, he still intimidates them sometimes. Yes, he does.
Well, he's the only boy amongst all of the girls.
Uh-huh.
So,
but I wonder why I missed it. Okay, so when Amy came home and she and Tammy had that conversation. I mean, when Tammy came home and she and Amy had that discussion, Debbie, what did you think?
Okay.
No, not Molly, Cynthia. That's Cynthia's business that she brought Molly into, bitch. Yes, I'm sorry, Debbie. Go ahead.
I felt that Tammy had valid points. She wanted to find out what the reason was that made Amy leave the morning after the surgery, when she was supposed to be staying the 3 days with Chris and Amanda. And she said that they were bullying her. They were not bullying her. And this all goes back to a wedding that nobody cares about. And Amy is trying to make it seem like they don't want her to get married to Brian. It's not about the person that you're getting married to, because I don't think they care about that. It's where the venue you were picking. It just doesn't make sense, and you know it. Her irrational grasp on trying to make this about the wedding when you should have been there for your sister and you were making comments about other siblings who were not there, and even the crass comment, at least I went, so if something bad happened, I know I was there. The things that are coming out of Amy's mouth are atrocious. There's no excusing it. They're much like the farts that come out of her ass, just totally disgusting. And if she had a modicum of any sort of ethics, morals, or as my mother would say, plain old brought up seat,
Yep.
she would know that what she's saying is insulting to her family.
It is. And I think she's very childish by all the flirting and shit she does in front of people and around people. And she thinks it's cute. And I do believe that she's using 14% of her damn brain, because there is no way in the world that you think that's okay. Her house is disgusting. I want to call CPS every time they show her house on the screen. Seriously, I do.
Yep.
That house is disgusting.
Yep.
Those kids, girl, I just can't. There is no excuse you're not working, that those boys are not potty trained. There is no excuse that that home looked the way it does. There is no excuse why your kids' feet are always black from dirt. I can't stand her.
Well, she is dirty.
Yep, she's dirty.
She is dirty. But look at Tammy. Tammy, even when she was at her biggest, her house
was clean and she was clean.
Yes. So it just doesn't make any sense to me what's going on with Amy. And she has 2 children. There's no hygiene there whatsoever.
Nope. And I'm scared. And I'm serious, Wendy. That man creeps me out around those little boys. Just the way he goes down to something creepy about that shit to me. Something really creepy about that.
I'm not going to be with no man who can't bail himself out of jail.
There you go. But he's a reporter.
We still don't know what he reported on. Somebody say obituary, somebody say sports. There's too many lies going on here. Lies, misconceptions, omissions of of facts. You know, I'm not interested in Amy anymore. Not that I ever really was, but nah. As Amanda says, miss me with that.
Yeah, she is yeah, I can't. She's disgusting. And she keeps saying that nobody wants to come to your wedding. They've already said before, they don't like the idea of you jumping into a marriage. They're not coming to a wedding that's going to be held at a fucking haunted house. That's what they said.
She uses the excuse of being a boy mom to be gross. She was gross before she had boys. She's just nasty.
Oh my God, the crackmobile has been mobilized. That was my notification. It says the crackmobile mobilized. So they're talking about Lisa.
Oh, she has a car.
No,
now?
That's the group name, the crackmobile.
Oh,
crackmobile
okay.
is like I'm sorry. Anyway, anything else that wait, yes. She wants to get married on Halloween at Waverly Insane Asylum because they say it's haunted.
Well, they I was like, let's just go back to Peter Moss because he went and figured out what it was. It was a facility for people with tuberculosis.
Yep.
Yeah, so it wasn't insane or anything like that. But then it does haunted tours. And he said some friends of his went on an overnight ghost where you go searching for ghost hunter thing. Right? So he said his friends went and did that there. Like that's what goes on in that place.
I gotta ask Ghost Hunter Joe.
Like you can have events there, but he said he don't think nobody gets married there.
Yeah, okay. She might as well go to Alcatraz then. Shit, that's haunted. I saw somebody walking. We were going over the bridge. That light was on, and they said there's no lights on over there. But we saw shit, and I do believe that place is haunted. Seriously, I do.
Wendy, I don't think them wedding planners wanted her
Yeah, that
money.
was funny.
I think they were just on there to just to interact with her so that they could get their company on the
Okay,
TV.
first of all, who has a wedding event at a library? Don't they do that at convention centers?
Right, but that they're in a small town. So there's not going to be that much foot traffic. But if you're in a bigger city, yes, it would be in a convention
I'm like,
center.
at a library? For real? I never heard of that shit. I never heard of that. But okay. All right. We'll do that. Okay. So, okay. Anything else about them before we move on to Sister Wives?
Oh, Wendy, I didn't know that. I didn't
There
know
was something
that.
else I wanted to say about shit. Oh, because we talk about Tammy's tooth and stuff. Oh, you said that we want to see the after thing, that when Tammy gets her teeth and stuff done. And because I do believe that Amy is jealous. She's the biggest one now. She's bigger than Chris, weight wise.
Yeah, she is. She is the biggest one. I think she might even be bigger than Amanda. Because
Amanda's just
she's
taller.
just Amanda's taller, but it's taken her a little bit longer to get the weight off too. But in saying that, Amy, like, there was a point in this season that I did not realize how much weight Amy had put back on. And it
Yes,
wasn't
she
until she
did.
went back to the court to plead
Yep.
out that I realized how fucking big
And when she was
got.
sitting in that car when he came to pick her up from Nashville, when he picked her up at the airport.
Oh my
She
God,
is
a
huge.
busted biscuit.
Yep. She's huge. I noticed that.
Harry was supposed to marry big in a library.
Girl, the new Sex in the City is back on. Oh my God, I've been enjoying it. And guys, if you haven't watched Virgins, you need to watch Virgins.
She was bitter because she was married and had kids and didn't compete with older ones, but can't surpass her. Yeah. Yeah, she's very much about herself.
She's 14. She's using 14% of her brain capacity, which means I'm just gonna say she's 13, 14 years old.
I even give her that old. I think the children use more of their brain than she does. And some of her conversations in this last episode, I was giving her about 8% of her brain capacity.
Because Amy is now reminding me of Lori Jones on TikTok, because she's, because she believes in education stuff where she's not fucking educated and can't speak correctly and didn't want to get her daughter up to go to school. So, bitch, shut up. So that's who Amy reminds me of. Lori Jones is nasty looking, dirty looking. Teeth looks like, well, the 4.5 she has. That's who Amy reminds me of. Lori Jones. Lori Jones remind me of Amy. Yeah, I know they killed Big, girl. I know they killed Big. But now she's got a new love interest. It's interesting. I don't think her brain cells are not there. She looks nasty. Every time you see her with clothes on, if you're gonna wear black and you can see dirt and stains and shit all on your black top and you're filming with your titties sitting on top of your stomach, she's disgusting. Never have shoes on. She looks like the people we used to call in Louisiana the Cajuns. We would call them sugarfoots because they never had on shoes. It don't matter if they're walking on gravel, feet always black, hands black, face dirty. That's who she reminds me of. Seriously. We used to call them sugarfoot.
Don't insult those people.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to insult them, but that's what we used to call them, sugarfoots, or Cajuns, or coons, coon asses, are the ones that are mixed, and they just look like they could, even if they took a bath, they still look dirty. Seriously. No, Samantha's back. Samantha's back.
Oh, she settled her disagreement with all the women?
Yeah, I saw Samantha. Samantha's back. Wendy, you never wore shoes. I didn't
Well,
know you. Oh my God.
listen, I'm not Cajun, but I grew up like when I up until the age of 8, basically I wore shoes to go to school. And if my mother maybe if we were going out, but other than that, I used to run around barefoot everywhere.
Girl, if I stepped out of my grandmother's house or my mother's house with no shoes on, I get my ass whipped. Okay. We had on shoes. But we had, and it's normally like you have like the black people that are mixed, some of them, you got that Creole and your Cajun, they call you coon
Mhm.
asses. The people used to get upset because Mims called me a coon ass one time. I said, okay. I said, that's what they're called in Louisiana. And yeah, we used to call them sugarfoot. All right, Wendy. Oh, yeah, you are the barefoot Karen. Okay, I forgot about that. But I didn't
Mm.
realize that Mari was so short and Lauren was short. You're tall, woman. So anyway, I'm just like, good God. Okay, let's get on to Sister Wives, girl. Let's roll.
Mhm. This was a kind of filler episode for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because see, I didn't think it was gonna Sabine. Oh, you're from Sabine, Louisiana. Oh my God. I forgot Gwen told me she's from down there in Louisiana. I didn't forget. Yeah. Because when she was telling me she went to a Creole restaurant, this past week, I got kind of jealous. Okay.
Mm.
See? Coon ass. My
Oh
grandpa
my God.
probably wore a shirt with a cartoon raccoon that said coon ass. There you go.
They are tiny. I'm average height. Oh my God.
I'm tiny. I'm 5'3.5". But I tell people I'm 5'4". When I put
Wait,
on
you
heels,
got
I'm 5'6"
poisonous
and a half.
stuff? You got
Who is
poisonous
poisonous
stuff to
stuff?
step on in Louisiana? Like what? You mean like snakes?
Everything.
Everything?
Grass or some of the grass has a little stuff on it, the little sticker, the cuckleberries, whatever. Oh, you're from Houma. Houma sits between Laplace, Metairie. Well, yeah.
The
Okay.
Amish people here, the kids are barefoot. Awesome. I see them walking to school barefoot sometimes. Wow. I couldn't go to school barefoot because I went to a convent. But my barefoot days ended once we emigrated to New York.
You're not 5'4", girl. You look tall. Are you serious? Flavors of Louisiana. I might have to come to Arizona just to go there. Shit. Look, I might, or I just go to Louisiana. You're 5'4"? Huh. You look tall. Well, I guess they are tiny then. Shit. Okay.
Mm.
They said everyone to the crackmobile. Okay, Debbie, I'm ready for Sister Wives.
What I took away from this episode was Cody was digging his grave deeper and deeper and deeper. When the women started talking about the misappropriations of funds from the family account and who got what, when, where, why, how, and then bringing up who paid for whose college and cars and who did what. He kept on talking about we paid for the cars, but Mary said she had to pay for her child's college and car. So why are you saying, like, I thought the family fund was to pay for everybody's education and cars, but the boys had to wind up going into the military to get the GI Bill because you didn't give a shit about them. um Isabel got a car, and I think that was only for TV. But
Yep.
Gwendolyn said that she got a car, and McKelty said she got a car. So those three got cars, but no one, like, I know for sure Logan did not get any help to go to university. The other three of Janelle's boys
Leon didn't get,
didn't get
well,
help.
Okay, Mary said again that she paid for Leon, and then when Sookie told, I was talking to Cody, and she threw it at him, he was like, we helped Mary with our house. No, you help everybody with their fucking house according to you, and the other kids got college stuff and cars. Cody is a piece of shit. I'm sorry, go
But
ahead, Debbie.
here's the thing though. He had the balls to say that, but yet Mary had to come with her accountant to
Him
provide
and
a
Robin.
reckoning of her
Yep.
contributions to the family fund to Cody and Robin. How Robin get into this? And I'm just done with Mary after this third installment. I really am. Because how you can still be on the fence with not knowing who was in charge of the books, the account, after taking your accountant to meet with Robin and Cody, not Janelle.
Yep, and Janelle has said it over and over again. She was only the bookkeeper. She said Cody would take money and, she said Cody was doing all. I believe Janelle. What is it that Mary don't understand?
Mary is dumb as a box of rocks well shaken, and I'm about ready to throw it away. She is stupid. She is just stupid and contradicting herself, and I'm not listening to it anymore. Mary, you are so lucky that Janelle was fighting for you, because if it were up to me, I would have left you with the 5% that you was getting before.
And did you hear when oh God, shit, it just slipped. Ooh. When Cody said that when they got the first corporate check, Robin didn't get a check. Why would Robin get a check, bitch? She's married to you.
But not only that, we're talking about the first season. When they signed their initial deal with the production company, Robin wasn't there. It was only the original 3 and Cody.
Yep.
And then he's talking about when she got her kickback from the Vegas house, that went to other wives. Well, of course, hopefully it went to Janelle to pay her back for the $30,000 that they got her out of debt on. And then Janelle had to help repair her credit to get the Vegas house. So what the fuck are you talking about? And you outed yourself because you said the kickback from the house. So TLC helped y'all motherfuckers get those houses in Vegas.
Yep. Oh my God, Cher's. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Cher's son, Elijah Blue, overdosed again. He was rushed to the hospital. Y'all need to leave Elijah. He want to keep overdosing. You go right on the head.
Father, like son.
Huh? Yep. Like father, like son. That's right. Yep. She done put him in rehab. She's had him taken here and there. If he wants to do that, let him do it. Sooner or later, you're going to be relieved that headache has now been removed. I'm sorry to say it, but go ahead, girl. Because you putting your 80, how old is she? 70-some, 80-some years old.
She ain't 80 yet, is she?
I don't know. How old is she?
She got to be in her 70s.
I don't know, but yeah. He got to stop putting his mother through this. He really does. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Debbie. That just popped up. I thought they were saying he was dead. I'm like, okay, Mary don't want to believe. Yeah, I don't know why Mary doesn't want to believe. Oh my God, you did tell me you were an oyster po' boy. Gwen, stop. I don't like the Pacific Northwest oysters. They have no flavor. But when I went to take care of my dad, when I went down, I was eating everything I can get my damn hands on. I had an oyster po' boy damn near every day. Oyster and shrimp po' boy. With a little, with mayonnaise, lettuce. I don't want no tomatoes. I don't want my bread wet. I had little onions, jalapeno. Girl, yes. I need to find an excuse to go. See, she almost 80. Yeah, she was acting two-faced. Yep. I'm telling you, I'm hungry now. Shit. I'm sorry, Debbie. Go ahead. Yeah, but Mary's an idiot.
They said that the cable and internet was going to be back on at 7 o'clock. And sure enough, it ain't.
Debbie, you know when my shit went out when we were going live that day. And I was so mad I had to push my shit back and kept yep. So I'm not I told you don't jinx me. Look, don't jinx me.
Oh, Cher's 79. Wow.
Yep, she's 79. I told you she's almost 80 shit.
Damn.
I thought she was 80 something. Shit. I remember Cher. But I especially love Sunny. Sunny and Cher. Sunny and Cher. Okay.
Wendy, so, how's she gonna give him grace? Take out whether he trashed Jen or not, right? But you sat here on our TV screens in season 19 out on Coyote Pass with Janelle saying, I'm so sick and I'm so mad. I'm so mad. And yet you still giving him grace? You had to hire an attorney. Grace. You had to hire an attorney to get an equal portion of this. What grace? You see, she's a dumb bitch. She's a dumb bitch because she gave herself away when she said that she spoke with Cody, or it was Cody who let it out the bag that he spoke with Mary. Bump that shit. You ain't never hear once that Janelle says she spoke to that motherfucker, period. Nope. He owes her money. And she got receipts and she's done communicating. Talk to my lawyer, bitch. And Mary is still taking phone calls or texts or whatever it is. Stop being a
Mary's trying to stay in with them because of those kids. You remember she said
no, but then don't say that Robin and you ain't talking and that you don't know how to get along with your ex-husband's wife. Stop with all of that bullshit. There's too much double talk from Mary. She's not to be trusted. And I'm done listening to her.
Okay.
She contradicts herself in every episode. Get it together, Mary.
And for her to say like she didn't know
don't like you neither.
Cher's son with Greg Allman. He overdosed. Elijah Blue. Yeah, that's her son with Greg Allman, right? Greg, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he overdosed. But wait a minute. So how did Mary say she didn't know the stuff that Cody was saying when she said in the confessionals 2 or 3 times this past season that when she was hearing the stuff that he was saying about her?
Yeah, but he been dogging her out for years.
For years.
And it seems like they show Cody everything, but they don't show everything to the wives.
But he made it sound like he thought Mary was hiding money from him. Who the fuck are you?
The person in charge of the money, and how she ain't quite understand that when she had to bring her attorney to meet with those 2 cockadoodle dudes. I don't understand how she is not understanding who's in charge of the money.
She said she brought her accountant.
Yes. So he was claiming a portion of her Lulu Rowe money.
Yep. To show how much she contributed, because he was trying to say she wasn't putting in her share. So my girl said, she said her accountant. Hello, not his accountant, her accountant. So Cody is a piece of shit. And you know what? I'm so proud of Suki. She shows everybody exactly who Cody is every time we do a damn shit, what do you call it? Tell all. She needs to teach that to what's her name on 90 Day Fiance to Sean Robinson. Whatever her name is. Sean, yeah, her. Suki needs to teach her how to do this shit.
Sean Robinson is there to get free makeup and outfit and to sit down with a new wig. And that's
and I want to say her crooked ass wigs at that. Okay, so we're good. Anything else you took away from that? Because every time I see Cody talking, but you notice what they did, right? They have Cody talk. Then they show the clips of course you notice, of the women talking and what they have to say, which always makes Cody looks like the asshole and dick that he is.
Yeah. And
except for Robin.
And he can't answer to any of the charges. He can't, because he knows he's guilty. So then he deflects on our sacred love and every time, like they went to him and said, who paid for Leon's college? And he said, everybody got a car. And then, you
Yep,
know
he couldn't
what?
answer.
I showed PDA with Robin and I was kicked out. Wait, what? Explain. I can't talk about it. Then why'd you bring it up? So you know why he brought it up? Because it's a lie. It's a lie that he kind of put out there, gave a little teaser, and then pulled back. But it's for us to be deflected from what the real question was. But
Okay,
don't
so let
worry,
me.
Cody, because whenever you do these deflecting tactics, we know that you're lying and that
Yep.
what was charged against you, you are guilty of.
So let me ask you something. He said that he used to be affectionate with Mary. When?
When they was first married.
Oh, okay.
Or rather, it was Mary who was affectionate to him. And Janelle's mom came in and told him, you've got to stop that. Because remember, he said Mary used to sit on his lap and hug him and all of this in front of everybody. And Janelle's mother is the person who put a stop to it. And I believe Janelle said I could give a rat's ass who was doing what. If it's up to me, I'm not doing it because that's just not me. But I don't care what he does with anybody else. And I believe her. Christine, on the other hand, would get jealous. And I believe that because Christine has owned her up to that.
So let me tell y'all something real quick. Sophie was assaulted, I guess, last night, and the police are involved. She's got a busted lip, but it wasn't Rob.
Who's
so
Sophie?
Would the psychopath be her girlfriend? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Debbie. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now Janelle says that she didn't care. They all lie so much. Yeah, but out of all of them saying that they didn't care about the affection, I believe Janelle. And Mary's not saying much about anything with regards to affection because I think that she's forgotten what that is.
That's what I don't understand. How do you stay in a marriage, a loveless and sexless marriage? Christine, he said that, he used to kiss them all. Then when Robin came in the picture, that stopped. What is wrong with nothing?
But that's part of the culture because when you pass, like when you're no longer giving birth to babies, they start to marry younger to keep having more children. So the older wives who are not having babies, there's no need to have sex with them anymore. So they phase them out and still keep them in there, but they have sex with the younger ones to get more babies.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Okay. Anything else good happen?
I'm just waiting for tonight.
Okay, but if you guys haven't watched Virgins,
I agree with you. Sorry, Heidi.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
Affection is an important part of a marriage because affection leads to intimacy and building the relationship beyond sex. It's also emotional intimacy. And with having one man with 4 wives, to me, it is impossible to have any level of intimacy beyond digging up in her crutch. I'm sorry. And with the quickness in which these people get married in that culture, I question whether any sort of relationship or anything is developed. There might be a little bit of lust, at the beginning until you dig up in there, and then you're just done. Like, I don't think there's any sort of relationship building in any of this. It just doesn't seem like it.
Okay,
I
so
think
when
I
did
think love and affection grew over time, but from the women, not
woohoo?
from Cody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't think Cody is capable of loving anyone, including himself.
No. He loves himself. Oh, no.
I don't
He
think so,
loves
because if
himself.
he did, he would have gotten hair plugs a long time ago.
I'm going to be like Janelle. Cody only cares about himself.
Big Love Show, they took wives off rotations as soon as they could have him. Yes. No, cause it I'm tracking it just from this. And one, like, he was done with Mary once he realized she had fertility issues. She was the first one to be done with. Janelle had all 6 of her babies real quick and she was done. He was like, okay, but you a freak, so I'm gonna keep coming back to you because you teach me things. Then Christine had a real bad miscarriage and she was scared to have another baby. And he talked her into it. And one of the kids, I think they said it was Aspen, and that's how Truly got there. But then she was done with that because that was a hard pregnancy for her. So she had to go to the hospital to have it. That was her first hospital delivery. So she was done, and he was done with her. So that's why they had to bring in the younger wife, what's your name, Robin, and he needed more kids. And his 3 original wives were done having kids. They closed the kitchen.
So I'm telling y'all, Big Love was the shit on HBO. Was it HBO or Showtime? I think it's HBO. Big Love was the shit. Debbie, you ever watch Big Love?
No. Mm-mm.
I think Cody was trying to do what they did on Big Love. Seriously.
Yeah, but he's not, like Janelle said, he's not smart enough.
Mm. Yeah, he needs hair plugs. Okay, it was something I was going to say, but something Cody said and I forgot. Wait a minute. Hell yes, and a dick down. Oh, wait a minute. When Christine was saying that Cody wasn't, first she threw him out because he didn't want to have sex with her anymore. Then she said it wasn't any good. So the only time she had to compare it was when she got with David, I guess. So now she realized that Cody wasn't good.
I think so. Because, well, David looked like a man who know how to handle a hammer.
He knows how to put it down. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. He's blowing her back. She can't get enough. I'm connection.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, I hear you.
I don't know if you can hear me now.
I hear you.
Okay, no, because my laptop was saying I was losing connection. So yeah, so I think she's realizing what true intimacy is, and I'm happy for her. She's realizing what true intimacy is what marriage is. Unfortunately, she said, thank God for David.
Okay. Well, we have one more episode, and that's tonight, right? Do you think any good stuff is going to come out?
I'm hoping so.
See, I said that, Wisco. He only loves himself. Janelle even said it.
I don't think he loves himself. I really don't. I think he's concerned about himself, but I don't think he actually loves himself.
Okay. We'll see. Who wouldn't give him kids until they moved to Las Vegas and legally married? That was Robin, right?
Probably. But she had to bring Saul first before she got legally married.
Yep. I still want to see those adoption papers, Cody. Yep, exactly, Wisco Gal. And that's who he is. He's a true narcissist. All right. So Debbie's phone is now ringing. Janelle called him a narcissist. It was. And Janelle is fed up. Do you see how Janelle is speaking out?
Yeah. Yeah, Janelle said, I got the receipts.
Janelle, I'm sure that I still want to know what happened with with the child support stuff.
The child. Oh, but that file is closed because it's a minor.
Yeah, but I was waiting for them to talk about it, but hopefully we'll find out.
No, maybe next season, but again, it includes a minor, so you don't know if the judge said neither one of the two of you can disclose what happened here. So we'll see. But she has a book coming out, isn't it? What's she name?
Yep.
Christine. So her book is coming. So
exactly, Wendy.
Let's see what
Janelle
happens
has
there.
no fucks to give anymore. She lost her child. And I think if Cody would have been a bigger part of that Cody, I'm saying it. If you would have been the father that young man needed and wouldn't brush them off and I think things would have been different. And I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do. So Debbie, if I'm wrong, please tell me. But I think if Cody was an active person in that young man's life, as much as he look at the pictures Cody was showing, or our production was showing of him and Cody, and then you cut off your child.
Yeah. And he was right there in town with him.
Thank you.
He did not know that kid. He didn't, even when he was with the OG3, he didn't know his children. Because look at the contradiction in the story of the nosebleed in Wyoming.
Yep.
It was from altitude. And then Gabe came on and said, oh, I remember that. I punched him in the nose and made it bleed.
He punched him in his nose.
Yep. It just like that. Those 3 memorial episodes to Garrison spoke volumes on how Cody did not know his kids.
Nope, he didn't know him. Not at all. Not
no,
at all.
Wendy. Remember, Wendy, you helped us with the timeline. So the timeline was that the tell-alls were filmed the first week of October. The paternity and child support case was put in court mid to late September. He put his first house on the market mid to late September, and then he bought and sold the second house he bought the second house in October, sold the first house in November. So you helped us with that timeline on the show.
Yep. Thank you. Yep, she is. She's holding him accountable. I think everybody is. Because I think things would have turned out totally different. Especially looking at the videos they were showing with Garrison at the ranch with Cody, and the pictures of Garrison and Cody fishing. They were always, I was like, okay, so now.
Let me tell you, the mere fact that Janelle called Cody a failure spoke volumes to me, because it wasn't so much a failure at being a husband for her. Because remember, she never really cared about that. What was important to her was her children. And when she calls Cody a failure, it was a failure as a father to the children.
Exactly.
That should have kicked him in the guts when she said that.
Exactly. And I think it did. Look, I think it did.
No, it's okay, Wendy. You're the one who told us, so I'm remembering for you. Because when Wendy talks, I try to remember everything she says. She be digging and getting exact dates
I
and
know.
everything.
Wendy,
Mm-hmm.
Drea, who else? Wisco girl, gal, she's up on the 90-day stuff. So that's why I like to
Mm-hmm.
read the chat to see where stuff is at.
I remember the Truly situation tied in around the same time as when you told us he listed the first house. So he came in to the first week of October for filming to this, real butthurt and angry at Christine, and that's why he has so much venom. Him and Robin have so much venom for Christine, because in that court thing, he would have had to prove paternity by giving a sample, and he would have had to provide his financials for the back child support and child support moving forward, and he probably didn't want to do any of those things. Because in this culture, the men like to have a whole bunch of babies and then don't want to lay claim to none of them and don't want to support them emotionally or financially.
Right.
I don't understand how this works in that culture. I really don't.
Look at Wendy. She said,
And
these
they
shows
need
are
to
my life. Girl, Wendy, check out Virgins. Check out Virgins. Okay. Anything else, Deb?
No, I gotta go and make some din
You go make
din.
some
Did
thinking.
we get all the
I
shows?
think we got them all. I said 1,000 pounds.
All right.
Oh, I said Love Hotel, but Shannon Bedore. If y'all watch Love Hotel, everybody knows that Shannon Bedore is a piece of shit and all about herself, and everything has to be about her. And that what's her name? The little short red one is a whore. Ashley, she a hoe. Giselle is a tease. Luann is a money grubbing hoe. Ashley is just she got daddy issues, and Shannon Bendor is just a crybaby, selfish bitch.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good, except for but yeah. But Virgins is good. So let me just tell y'all about Virgins. So Debbie, if you have to go, so we got 4 people, okay? We have 3 women and we have a man.
Uh-huh.
We have Deanne, Alex, Rasha is Indian. She's never had sex. She, even when she goes to get her pap smear, they can't do it because it hurts so much. She's never even inserted a tampon up there. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Sonali is Indian. Rasha is the black girl. Deanne is the one that works in California, 35 years old, never went on a date, never had sex. She's got this fantasy world that she's going to meet a Brad Pitt. She's looking for looks, not substance, okay? Sonali says that she doesn't call it sex. She calls it making love. I don't know what the difference is, but she went on a date talking to the guy and she told him she was a virgin. The guy asked for the check, never called her again. Rasha is the black chick that married this guy. She was talking to him online for a while. They met while they were in school, they were talking, and then he finally told her he didn't want to go back to his country, so they got married. Come to find out that it was just, because she thought he really loved her, but he didn't want to touch her. They never had sex. He would sleep on the sofa. She would be in the bedroom. He looked at her with disgust. So within 10 months, they were divorced. Then you have Alex, who's 30 something, lives with his mama, never had sex, never had a girlfriend. So his friends are trying to show him what he needs to be doing and how to pick up his game. So the first episode is off the chain. If you guys watch it, you want to talk about it, we'll do it. But Sonali, Indian, She grew up in a strict Indian household. She's Indian American, is what she says. Rasha is the black chick who has a whole bunch of fucking stuffed animals all over her room. Deanne, young, living out in Hollywood, dream job, never been touched. Alex, never been touched. I love it. I enjoyed the first episode. A green card marriage, yes. Yep, that's her. She was married before, but she's still a virgin. He never touched her. She said after they got married, he would look at her with disgust. So
I think she was seeing things because he was like, obviously, she got into a marriage that was for a green card, but thought that there was
yep,
love
she said
there.
they used to talk.
And so
Debbie, she
now
said they used to talk
she's
all the
saying that
time.
he looked at her with
Yep.
disgust. I
And
don't
she
think
said
so.
she was bigger then. I was like, okay, you're not really big now. She's a pretty face. I'm serious. She knew. You can't tell me you didn't know this man. Hi, Claudia, it's TLC. You can't tell me when that man told you that, when he was he didn't want to go back, school was almost done, and all of a sudden you came up with this idea, let's get married. No, girl, because 10 months he doesn't even have his green card, okay? Something else.
Well, let's hope he got sponsored from his job.
Yep,
or
something happened. And I don't think she divorced him. I think something happened on his behalf and he left her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But she said the marriage was never consummated. So why couldn't you get it annulled? You see what I'm saying? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, but it's Virgins. That's the name of the show. And I guess they're taking it from the 40-year-old virgin, but they're between the ages of 37 and 40.
That's true, Wendy. Everybody on 600
Thank
Pound
you.
Life got a boyfriend or a husband
Thank
or a
you.
wife.
Thank you. Something doesn't sound right. She's trying to make herself sound like she was a victim. No, girl, you knew what you were getting into. I don't want to hear that shit. Try that on somebody else. Nope, try it on somebody else. I had a friend of mine that actually did it in Houston. Matter of fact, my ex-sister-in-law, she actually married a guy so he can get his green card. There was no relationship, no nothing. She did it. He actually paid her rent for like a year, I think a year and a half. Yeah, and she knew what she was getting into, and they were really and they're still good friends.
My cousin paid a guy to marry her to get her green card.
So you can't tell me you didn't know what was going on. Now you want to sound like a victim, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
And got proposed to, yep. When Tammy always had somebody around her.
Yep. So anyway, that's it for virgins. But I really hope that you guys can watch it. And if you want to discuss it, we can definitely do that. So, and I need to watch the new Gen X. I keep saying that. And I need to put it, I don't know why. I only watch Housewives on Bravo, but I'm going to check it out. I'll probably watch it tonight. So that's about it. So done. Are you still here?
No.
Is So done still here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's a good the first episode was good. It was really good. I was impressed. Just like I was impressed with, so let's see where it goes. Just like I was impressed with 1,000-Pound Roomies, it kept my interest. The second episode has kept my interest. Did y'all see the show with the two roommates? Yeah, that's 1,000-Pound Roomies. We talked about it earlier, Gwen. We talked about it right after we talked about the Real Housewives of Miami. So yeah. All right. Okay, So done is still here. Okay, Debbie, I'm gonna talk with Lisa for a little while.
All right. I'll see y'all later. Everybody have a good weekend and the rest of your week.
Have a good weekend. Appreciate you.
All
Love
right.
you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, let's just get into Lisa for a little bit here, okay? This morning, Lisa went live, and she had people believing that she had gone to the hospital, okay? Let me let you guys see this. Hold on. Let me get it. And for those of you that are interested in Lisa, but I know So Done likes to see Lisa, so I'm going to discuss Lisa for a little bit so we can just break this down. This is the one she did this morning. Hold on a second. And I was going to do it with Jerry, but I'm just going to do it here. Here we go. Lisa Richard. Okay. So yesterday, was it yesterday? Friday. I think it was Friday. There was a stabbing up by Hanini's, okay? It was a man and a dog, okay? A man and a dog. This morning, Lisa goes on live, and she wants people to believe that she had to get 14 stitches. I want you to hear it. It's crackhead time. Yay!
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Now, I want you to see when
I'm never getting home from the fucking hospital on this motherfucker.
She turns to the
ain't happening.
She's got toy boy on her chin.
Ain't happening.
That comes from the crack pipe.
I don't know if she's gonna answer me or not. Because I had to get stitches.
Okay. She said she had to get stitches. Okay. Little dumbass don't know that most people have a scanner downloaded for this area. That was a call. I didn't put it up after I saw that Lady Red put it up. So I didn't put it up. There was a call to Hanini's. A man and a dog was stabbed. The man's stab wounds were superficial. The dog was stabbed in the back. So there's a guy that he's the one that got stabbed. He's talking. He said that he's going to start carrying a gun for these crackheads. Okay. So Lisa wants everybody to believe that she was hurt. Chore boy. Yeah. I think that's what they call it, right? Is it Choi boy? Something like that. The shit she used to smoke crack with. I'm not a crackhead.
I didn't want to go, trust me, but I had to get fucking stitches, man. I had to.
You have to get
14
stitches.
of them to be exact.
14.
And now I need to get back. Now I need to get back around the way so I can try to eat and get. It doesn't matter. I'm not telling.
She needs to get back around the way. Anybody can see this awning right here. This is Family Dollar. She is sitting at the Family fucking Dollar. That's down the street from the alley where she used to live. This is Family Dollar, okay?
40 people. I'll tell other people. You can message me if you can help.
Thank you.
Something not too great. People are crazy, guys. Like, literally, people with mental health issues are fucked. No, you may not.
Okay, so people with mental health issues, which she should know because she's got mental health issues. This bitch is Looney Tunes, okay?
Pay me. Mimi, I know you. I know you, girl.
I know you,
get the fuck up out of here.
And Mimi
it's always them ones. It's always these certain ones. No. It's always these certain ones. No.
She's at the hospital, guys.
It's always these
now,
certain ones.
Now, again, just like she was at the hospital last week, she would have shown that hospital bracelet. If Lisa was in the hospital getting IV fluid, she would have been on TikTok or recording herself laying in the bed with the IV in her arm. That's how you know the bitch is lying, okay?
No. Like, it's just have that name too. You have to be like grandma.
Sure.
Stupid as fuck. Grandma. Stupid as fuck. I didn't get to eat. It was a fucking bad day yesterday, yo. Bad fucking day. Very bad day, and no, I didn't get to eat. Somebody was gonna try to order online at Hanini's, and
it's always somebody was going to order. Some lady said she was going to buy me something to eat. When I did that video and I said every Friday, she's always talking about that people got paid. Some lady told her, Brandy told her to give her until 12 o'clock. She'll send her $30. Then she's been waiting all day. She says she's calling people with mental health issues. That's what she said. They're fucked, girl. That's what she said. But it's always some lady said. And let me tell you something. If somebody is sending you messages about people in Discord saying they're going to call you and fuck with you, why would you sit there and go get a pizza that you know is not going to be paid for? That's another lie. No one in Discord is saying that shit. I'm in Discord. No one is saying that shit. She's using that as a way to get at Kim Rhea, who she says right here doesn't answer her phone. No one in Discord is calling her. That's her lies that she uses to try to manipulate and try to make people have sympathy for her. And I don't.
they ended up like only having the online end 10 p.m. So I didn't get and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the hospital because I was in a lot of pain.
So she had to get 14 stitches. Now listen to what she just said. She had to get 14 stitches. Okay? But you were trying to go get a pizza. But you were in so much pain. So that means you got 14 stitches. Your ass is bleeding really bad. The last thing on my mind is getting a fucking pizza. And if you were bleeding that bad, an ambulance would have taken you to the hospital. They would have had you in there, and they would have saw again that you were dehydrated, Lisa, and gave you some IV stuff, and it probably would have fed you. So here's again how the bitch always lies. She lies.
I was in a lot of pain. I still am. Here's what the fuck it is. It really isn't that early. It's 8.
It is early for people on a Sunday.
Okay? You're a bum bitch. If you think 8:30 in the morning is early, then what the fuck is your life, okay?
Their life is laying in their home, on their sofa, watching TV, taking a shower, cooking breakfast for their kids, or going out for breakfast, Lisa. It's Father's Day. Did you call your father, Lisa? Did you do that? No.
That these idiots come on here telling me I'm up so early. It's 8:30 in the fucking morning. And guess what? I've been up all night at the hospital. So either way, I don't fucking care.
Either way, guys, she don't.
Yeah, Kimmy, I don't really care what you think. I really don't care what you think. I don't know you.
She don't know you.
Bitch, I'll send you $20. I'd send you the proof. And that you can fucking fuck up.
So she wants you to pay her to send proof. And she's always using religion. Okay, let me tell you. I am a Catholic person. And if that bitch was on fire, I wouldn't spit on her. I wouldn't even piss on her. Okay? That's coming from a Catholic person. And I went to Catholic school damn near all my life. Okay? Except for 4 years. I give no fucks about Lisa.
I don't care what they think. I don't care what they think. When this goes on YouTube, I need
Yep, she's not. Okay, here we go.
Page with 1,000. How the fuck did that happen? I don't know, but it did. So
then she came on again.
Yep, you pay me. Like I said, I'm not going to answer that again.
Pay me.
You don't deserve any proof. You don't deserve it.
You sit there and use other people's shit. So this is Lisa again. She just came on. Kai just put it up. She just said it was up. Here we go. She's still in the same spot, guys. She's still at the hospital. 12 hours now. She's still there. She's not at the hospital. Okay?
Fucking hours. 12 hours.
Same time. There we go.
I don't care. 12 fucking hours. 12 hours.
Now.
Oh. 12. It's been 12 hours. With no food.
There she goes with the fake tears.
Happy Father's Day.
Blame the dollar.
Happy Father's Day. Right. want to be on this
Look, that
fucking thing.
Look.
Guys, Chime.
Poor boy, whatever. Right
Chime,
there, look.
L. Richard 5. You didn't hear nothing. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Oh, yeah, we heard
I didn't fucking say anything. Hold on a minute.
We heard it.
It's none of your business.
He doesn't have stitches. Ooh, damn, they call her a deadbeat.
None of your business why I went to the hospital. None, zero. I didn't say nothing about food. Nothing at all about food. But I love how my friends who are supposed to be looking out for me, they think I can't go on and blast them. So they fucking want to be assholes because they're like, oh, she can't go on and blast me. You want to bet? These end up on YouTube just the same, boo. Just the fucking same, right? So,
guys, let me say it again. We don't care who gave this bitch money in the past, as long as she's not getting money now. You can blast every fucking body you want. No one cares.
It isn't. Did I ask you what you do with your money? Did I ask you what you do with your money? I don't believe I did. I don't believe I asked you what you do with your money, ma'am, at all. Everybody's always demanding me to tell you what happened. You guys think you know what happened? You don't know a fucking thing. A fucking thing about what happened yesterday.
She's got the family
Not a goddamn thing.
Thank you.
I got stitches. I got 2 in my leg and 14 in my fucking hand. Okay? It's none of your business why, or if the dog died, or why that it happens. It's none of your business, okay?
But you're the one that made it everybody's business, Lisa. You said you got 14 stitches this morning. You said that. Nobody called about a woman involved. It was a man and a dog. The only one that's on the scanner was the man was stabbed, his was superficial, and the dog was stabbed in the back and was bleeding really bad, and they were trying to get animal control there to pick up the dog.
Hey. Or if you believe it, because guess what? I don't care what you believe. They weren't coming after me, all right? Wrong place, wrong time, like usual. But I am hungry. I am hungry. I didn't stay for the fucking cops, ma'am. Don't tell me I wasn't injured.
So that call was early yesterday, okay? Let me tell y'all, early yesterday. Last night she was on live, begging and crying for food. Nothing about her being stabbed. Wait a minute, Lisa. Last night, she went live, begging and crying. There we go, 1025. Here we go. This is Lisa, last night, 1025.
The people that are fucking, I don't need to go to the ER. I need to eat, ma'am. I need to eat.
They're telling her to go to the ER and get food. That's what they're talking about.
L. Richard 5. L. Richard 5. L. R-I-C-H-A-R-D with the number 5
this
at the
is
end.
Why you don't do it.
L and L. I don't want to fucking die because I haven't ate. You guys don't understand.
Nothing about her bleeding out. She doesn't want to die because she hasn't eaten, but she wants to die when she's doing crack. And she can't live that life anymore, guys. She just can't do it anymore. But I'm sure if you were really hungry, your daddy, one of your sisters, or at least one, or one of your daughters would bring you a hoagie, not give you money, but would bring you food. And Nicole said on her live that if Lisa was really hungry, she knows where to go to get food at. So, girl, you don't want food.
Understand when you have no fat on you to fucking, eat up anymore.
You have no fat on you because all you were doing was sucking on a pipe. Okay, that's why. You were sucking on a pipe, girl. That's why.
And you can't eat nothing.
Nothing about her being
the doctor
scared
me at the hospital.
1025. That's her last night. Nothing but her bleeding. Now remember, the dog was stabbed early morning. The man was stabbed mid-afternoon. This is 1025 out. So 12 something. I think that was Central. So 11:25 her time.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nothing.
Nothing but her bleeding.
Nobody cares. Nothing. I'm not screaming and threatening, man. I'm just frustrated. I've been texting people all day asking for help because my lives.
Nothing about going to the hospital. Nothing about her bleeding. Nothing.
or 2 of them are in appeal. So they'll be coming out and the other one comes out tomorrow. But I haven't ate all day. I haven't had nothing all day, ma'am. It's been a terrible day. Somebody got stabbed up here. Like, it's just fucking terrible. Nobody gives.
Somebody got stabbed up there. It didn't have nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. Somebody got stabbed up there. Okay? Nothing about her trying to break up a fight. Nothing.
This shit about letting me get something to eat. And the people that
I'm crying.
Nobody's helping.
Well, thank you for giving me money for a whole. Thank you for.
Yeah, they're making fun. A $10 Robux card. I can't buy food with a Robux card, sir. Okay, you know that. So why are you always in here talking shit, bro? This idiot's requesting all kind of shit off the chime. LRICHARD with the number 5 at the end is
this
chime.
was her last night.
That's my chime.
So let's just go back to the one from a few minutes ago. So that was her last night. Okay, nothing but bleeding. Want to show y'all that. Thank you, Kai, for getting all of these. Now the one that we just started, she just finished. Now she had to break up a fight. Okay, this bitch is psycho. Who was injured?
I took the fuck off. That's what I did. I left.
After she was injured.
And everybody kept begging me to go to the fucking hospital. So
everybody was begging her to go to the hospital, guys. But you saw her at 11:25 that night. Nothing about her being in pain. Nothing about her leg. Nothing about her hand. Nothing.
I didn't think I needed all them stitches like that. Okay? But I guess when you got 2 men knife fighting, you're trying to break it up. That's what happens, right?
It wasn't 2 men knife fighting. It was a crackhead trying to rob somebody. Okay? Okay? But she, Lisa, superwoman right here, super crackhead right here, got between 2 men that were knife fighting because she was going to break it up.
I'm more upset about the fucking dog than anything, to be honest, to be fair. I'm really upset about that fucking dog because the dog was... But anyways, I'm still out here.
Family Dollar. See the sign behind her?
Yeah, it's funny.
Look.
Lisa got stabbed. It's so funny. Lisa got stabbed. It's so fucking funny. Lisa's still at the hospital because her friends, she don't have no fucking friends. It's so funny.
You can see, look. Richard. See that smudge from this morning? Look. Look at it. Look at it. Look at how black her teeth are. Look at that right there. Girl, don't open your mouth that wide. Look over here. Look at that.
5 is chime. I'll be back on my regular pages tomorrow. I'll be back on my regular phone tomorrow. It's been a rough weekend, y'all. I need to get something to eat. Today's the 3rd day I haven't ate shit. Third day. 1, 2, 3. I haven't ate shit. Okay, 3rd day. So I need to get home. I need to eat something.
Need to get home.
And I'm not. I'll sit out here until fucking count.
Speaking of home, she said she changed abandoned houses, right? But she never did. She never changed abandoned houses. She said that she was tired of being around all those people. But the next day, she wants to get away from all those people. So again, she lied so much. She's so fucking high. She doesn't remember her lies.
I don't care.
That's why
I don't care. No, just keep getting nastier and nastier. I swear to God.
Pointing them out to her.
All my fuckers lie to me one more fucking time. I swear to God.
Who says the big liar on any app? The biggest liar. On any app, no one owes you shit. Nothing.
It's so rude, dude.
You're rude.
Stephanie sent me a penny. Stephanie F sent me a penny.
Okay, there's a penny more.
All right, man, we're at $20.99 to go on chime.
Did you see the black?
Richard 5 is chime.
Do you see the black? Do we see it? Do we see it? Yes, we do.
Richard 5 is chime. And hopefully when I get back to Henney's, I can get something to fucking eat. I don't know. I want to get back, though. First, it's raining. It's raining, so I want to get back first. And then get something to eat and drink. Okay, I don't feel too good. I feel woozy.
Now, remember, her hair was down this morning, right, guys? Hair was down. She's been there, the hospital, all day, 12 hours, haven't gotten back yet. Nobody in the hospital or nobody at the Family Dollar told her to get the fuck, because that's where she's at, the Family Dollar.
I don't know why. Doesn't matter why. Like it isn't working too well.
You get skinny and skinny. That filter is working overtime. Let's see. What is she?
Don't say fucking thing. You don't need to.
Look at her.
Like, what's the fucking point? What's the point? What's the point? You gonna help me? No, exactly. I don't need to say shit to you. So, I texted my parents. I'm alive. That's it. That's all I need to happen.
I think they know you're alive because I'm sure they watched your dumb ass. Look, you see it all around her mouth, right? You see
My
the
friend
black?
who gave me the money to get to the hospital last night. I was hoping she could help today for food or something. She can't.
So her friend gave her money to get to the hospital. Got you, girl.
And I love her. I know that she can't. Nobody's fucking rich. I get it. Like $15 for the fucking Uber out there. I get it, but I gotta get the fuck home, and I gotta get the fuck to eat something. It's already 7 o'clock where I'm at, y'all. And is this good on there yet? L time. I can't put it on the screen. It's L.
So here we go.
Help! I need to get to $21 to get home. $10 for the food, if I can't, please. And I don't know how much Tylenol is. I don't even care. I might just get Tylenol instead of food. I don't know if I can.
So she got stitches, and they didn't give her anything. Look, you see her finger? You see it's black? That is not nail polish. That is now soot. So again, the hospital didn't give her anything to take for the pain after she got 14 stitches in her. Well, 12, she said 14. 14 in the hand and 2 in the leg. That's 16. Girl, that's 16 stitches.
Oh, no. We'll see.
But was she in this stitch? Let me see. She just had one hand up. The other hand is holding the phone. So how many hands does she have to get stitches? Huh?
Nope, bunch of requests. Nope, I got 2 pennies. No, I got 2 pennies on Chime. Bunch of fucking assholes. I got L. Richard 5 is Chime. Richard 5 is Chime. Richard 5 is Chime. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause it. If somebody helps, I'll come back on and say thank you. And I will say your first thank you. Now I have $5.02. And I gotta go block this Stephanie chick on Chime, guys, because she's a fucking idiot, okay?
Okay.
You think she's funny? She's not funny at all. So give me a penny and tell me you hope I died is not funny at all, Stephanie, okay? Let me go block this chick. I'll be back, guys. I said I'd come on and say thank you. I wasn't lying. I don't lie anymore. I don't have a fucking reason to.
You don't have a reason to lie, guys.
I gotta get home. I gotta get home.
Look, I see
L. Richard 5 is Chime.
Family Dollar.
L. Richard 5 is Chime. Somebody please.
Family Dollar. Did you hear somebody call her name? Listen.
26 more? 26. Let me go block this chick. I'll be back, guys. I said I'd come on and say thank you. I wasn't lying. I don't lie anymore. I don't have a fucking reason to.
No, she never went to the hospital. Stop. So done. She never went to the hospital. Stop. She turned those comments off as soon as people start telling the truth.
Yeah, but I have to have it on camera.
Victims to know.
I gotta get home.
Look,
L. Richard 5 is Chime. L. Richard 5 is Chime. Somebody please.
Did you? He said, what do you want? Listen to what he said. She saw him and then she panicked. Look.
Yeah, but I have to have it on camera. I don't lie anymore. I don't have a fucking reason to. You guys just don't.
Watch. Just listen. As soon as she brings her druggy ass back.
Yeah, but I have to have it on camera.
So she's talking to somebody. She goes, I have to have it on camera. She's got somebody there with her. Okay? Listen. Watch how she's looking around. Then that guy gets out the car.
I gotta get home. L. Richard 5 is Chime. L. Richard 5 is Chime.
Family Dollar. Family Dollar. That's where she's at. That guy said, what do you want? And she was panicking when she saw that. She owed somebody some money, baby. She was panicking. So that's Lisa Richard for you. That's her. And if you want to go listen to the recording for the scanner, it's on Lady Red's channel. and you'll hear for yourself. There was nothing about a female involved. There was nothing like that. It was two men. And if she was bleeding that bad to get all of those stitches, I want to see this.
Yeah, but I have to have it on camera.
Watch.
I gotta get home. 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 L. Richard 5 is chime. L. Richard 5 is chime.
There she goes. She's been lying. So you guys have a happy Sunday. Have a great evening. I will talk to you later. So done. Thank you so much for the super chat. Black Hat Music. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I would definitely talk to you guys later. And thank you for joining. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. What did you say? So done. Her drug. Yes, that's who that was. She's panicking. She was looking all around, and then she saw him, and he goes, what? I got to get home. I got to get home. Yes. Yes, that's who that was. So we don't care if Lisa gets home, walking from Family Dollar back to that abando she lives in, but she wants us to think she's in whatever. This is the life you chose, girl. Bye, everybody. Have a great Sunday evening. I really appreciate you guys being here. Bye.